I always say this about flying. I like flying. It's the crashing that scares me. Did you see those people in the turbulence in that Delta plane?
Man, that's terrible.
Ooh-wee.
Falling's never an issue. It's the sudden stop.
It's the sudden stop that gets you. You know it's bad when they're like, we have to get people to the hospital.
Yeah, we got to land immediately and get people to the hospital.
The crazy thing is, because first of all, if you look up like spiders, drowning, certain things like that, terrified of flying. People are terrified of flying. It's not. It's the crashing. You're fine with flying. We have no control. It's a control thing.
It is, man.
It is. You're 37,000 feet in the air. You are 37,000. Think about that for a second. Oh, my God. Look how high we are. Holy mother of goodness. There is no pulling over if something goes wrong. We get out to check the tires.
Right.
No. I mean, you think about it, everybody died on the plane that got 100 feet in the air in India, and you're 37,000 feet. And the people were saying they had no idea. It just happened. It wasn't like, because normally you say, hey, you know what? We talked to some pilots ahead of us. They've got some, they've told us it's going to be kind of rough. We're trying to figure our way around it.
Yeah.
And, we're going to climb, we're going to dip, whatever. Nope, it was just out of nowhere, they said.
Just all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, that's the thing about flying is the higher you are, if something goes wrong, the more time you have to address it and work this problem.
Yes. Yeah.
That is the saving grace.
It is.
But it's still terrifying.
It's still because you have no control.
No.
You're sitting there. I mean, think about every time you've driven with your wife or your husband or your friend, and they'll grab onto the oh my goodness handle, or they'll put their foot down in the imaginary brake. You know, everybody does that. I mean, if it wasn't for my wife, I don't even think I know how to drive. I don't know how I get places safely.
I'm telling you, man, the time I go back to is my kids and I were on a flight and we were landing in Salt Lake. And this apparently happens a lot, from what I understand, in Salt Lake and Las Vegas, is
the mountains.
The mountains.
Mm-hmm. Denver's horrible.
Denver. Not necessarily Las Vegas, but Denver. But you've got at Salt Lake, you've got those mountains there to the east of you. And right as we were landing, everything was smooth. And we might have been maybe 20 feet off the runway, and just all of a sudden, we just dropped and just, boom, hit that runway and bounced.
Whew.
And that was terrifying.
It is. And we flew from L.A. to El Paso. I was playing, this is when they were, the USL, which is like the second run of soccer here. It used to be the only thing. Mm-hmm. And we were flying from there to El Paso. And over Arizona somewhere, we hit an air pocket and we dropped. We probably didn't drop more than 20 feet. You would have thought we dropped 1,000 feet. The look on people's faces, some stuff went flying. And again, it's the out of nowhere. It's when they tell you, hey, there's some stuff coming. You get ready for it. You got the seatbelt on. You're good. You expect some of that. They know it. It's when it's unknown.
Yeah.
That scares the out of you.
Well, how about, I guess it was earlier this week, the Delta flight had to maneuver.
Yes.
Had to just nosedive 500 feet to avoid hitting another aircraft. I imagine what that was like.
That is
just
because you think you're missing something, and with all the stuff, I mean, they're speaking. I know they've got more hearings today in D.C.
On the Potomac.
Yeah, and that you're hearing. So what I heard yesterday, because I watched some of it, is they asked the flight to maneuver to another. What was it called? Another runway, and they said they were going to ignore them. You could tell, you can hear them talking. And instead, they went over and said, fine, they'll do it. And when they did that, that's when they didn't see the helicopter till the last second. And that's when they said, oh, my bleep. And then it was it. So it feels like that's all human error. You're not looking to see if something didn't work, or it just feels like it's human error. And when you're dealing with people's lives, there's a reason they say there's 265 souls on this airplane. It's not. There are some things you can be. If you're government, you can go. Maybe not everybody needs to get free coffee in the Department of Justice. Maybe we could cut back on the, trans puppet operas in Peru. But when it comes to flying and stuff like that, where there's true safety, you can't skimp on that.
Have you ever watched the videos on YouTube of like pilots arguing with the ground control?
Yes.
I love that because it's like, dude, the guy his job is to direct your flight.
Yeah.
And you're arguing with him. If something goes wrong, it ain't him on the ground that's going to pay the price.
I know. So it's control. It's truly what it's about. It's control. I think if you flew in the cockpit with the pilots and you're able to see the stuff that's going on and how they don't seem to care, and that's what a lot of people were saying on this flight, the Delta flight that had to make the emergency land. There was 25 people injured, but they said they looked at the, what are they called? The stewardess? No, you don't call them that, do you? What do you call them?
Flight attendant.
There you go. I don't want to get it wrong and be accused.
Sky waitresses.
Sky waitresses, that's right. Soon to be OnlyFan people. Listen, not funny, people.
No.
But they all said the same thing. They looked at the, sky waitresses, as he put it. I didn't. I think is perfect. The doctors in training, and said that they didn't have any. They weren't panicking. They were very calm. Because you look for some form of give me some form of safety. Give me something that I can soothe my soul. Please. We're 37,000 feet in the air. Looking over, he's like, nothing we can do about this one.
Tell me we're going to be okay.
All I know is we're going to be the first person at the crash site.
Get your phones ready.
Yeah, they didn't even have time for that. They had time for pictures afterwards, but no time for that. So crazy indeed. A lot of stuff to get to today. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? My wife was laughing. She says, I was listening to you guys yesterday, and you're like, coming up, we're going to talk about, I don't know. She goes, you said something serious. And then like 2 minutes into your thing, you're like, the word moist. That's a weird word.
Epstein. Oh, and the word moist.
Oh, and I was like, yeah, that kind of is. That was a weird, that's fun. That's fun. That's true, though. Moist was a weird word.
Yeah, I don't like that word.
No. Somebody texted me yesterday and said, I didn't think I thought it was an okay word. Then I said it in my head like 5 or 6 times, and I'm like, nope, I don't like that word. It's a word that's a no. I'm like, I get it indeed. So much stuff to get. Oh, my goodness me. Can you believe? Tariff time. I put that right on our sheet today.
Yes, sir.
This is what I said. Tariff and trade, just for Ken.
Yeah, let's talk about that for about an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah. Here's what you need to know about tariffs. Nothing.
They're either going to happen or they're not.
They're going to happen or they're not. Trade deals, all of that stuff means very little at this moment in time. And most of these things aren't even signed yet. And as I was telling Bell, this is what you need to know about these trade deals. We're going to have $400 billion bringing in and $700 billion here. It's like a football contract. Somebody signs a $200 million contract. You need to find out what's the guaranteed money. Because the minute they, you see it in football, guys like, well, the first 2 years are guaranteed. They'll cut you if they want to after that, not have to pay you the rest of that money because it's not guaranteed. That's all you need to know. And until it affects you at the supermarket, when you're buying a toy or any of these kind of things, something for your kids or clothes, you don't care. It's just confusing and headline grabbing. Speaking of football, that's tonight. Did you know that? NFL Hall of Fame game tonight.
Oh, that's right. There's football on tonight.
Major League Baseball is so bummed because they had everything up until today. And now preseason football. And if you would like to see some people that may be working at car washes and accountants' offices near you, tonight's the night.
Vince Papaldi.
That's right. From the Philadelphia Eagles. This is one of those
walk-on in the NFL.
Oh, my Lord. That's what the NFL was like back in those days, though.
Yeah.
You could go to an open tryout.
You absolutely could. I think that's what Fran Tarkington did.
Yeah.
That dude was so little, or at least looked
He was wiry.
Yeah.
He's a wiry lad.
But boy, man, when he got hit.
Yeah,
It
I was super excited. I'm like, oh my God, football is on tonight. How cool is that? Even if it's crappy preseason football,
Right.
I like it.
The majority of the people you see tonight in this game will not be.
No,
They will
no.
not be playing
At
in the regular season.
best, you're going to see a couple guys that'll be, signings where they're gonna be running down the field, smashing into each other, and special teams, some practice, squad players, which is good money.
Right, that's not bad.
I mean, it's good money.
Especially if you're the practice squad punter.
Oh,
I'd do that.
it's a great job.
I'd do that for $100,000 a year.
What was I was watching these guys today talk about how much people get paid for jobs and what they do, and they're like an In-N-Out. Like, so the average manager for an In-N-Out burger makes about $160,000 plus a year, and then bonuses.
Yeah, but he works
a lot.
90 hours a week.
And then they got the long snapper, and I think
That's
they
right.
said they work less than 12 minutes a year, and they on average make about $1 million.
Yeah, their work is just basically practice.
Yeah, that's it. And if you've ever seen kicking practice, it's the best. Those guys sit over there and they practice their golf swings, talk about what they're doing with their finances, things like that. That's the best part. Oh, goodness me. That sounds like fun. Coming up, maybe we'll do some serious stuff. You don't know.
Yeah.
No.
Nope,
Yeah.
I didn't think so.
Tariffs for an hour and 50 minutes.
50
I'm leaving.
minutes. Hour and 50 minutes of nonstop tariff talk. It's on the way. Hold on here. I want to get it. And if you guys can see us on YouTube, right here on Super 10 99 WT. Webroot. Want to protect yourself? You know you do. And when you're on the web, we're just talking to Chris about this. Protect your entire family. Includes your mom, your dad, yourself, your family, across the board, even your kids. And Webroot can help you. Antivirus and web protection, identity protection, VPN and backup, Webroot Essentials, core protection. There are so many things that Webroot does. Things like the identity. Let me tell you something. You don't want to have your identity stolen, and you'd probably be surprised on the dark web. It may be out there for sale already. We hear about all of these things that happen all the time with these breaches. They give you up to $1 million in theft-related reimbursement expenses. The antivirus and web protection, including ransomware, phishing, and malware, just to name a few. It's not going to slow your computer down. It is incredible. And with the VPN and backup, unlimited cloud backup, and choose from 80-plus global server locations. So what are you waiting for? Protect yourself. You wouldn't drive around in your car without insurance. Why not have some protection here on the web where you spend a lot of your day? Go to 50% off, all right, right now. So you go there, you get 50% off right off the go just for using this, webroot.com/Chad. They've got total protection and web essentials. So that's webroot.com/Chad. You're getting it 50% off only there. Webroot.com/Chad. Live a better digital life with Webroot.
All right. Police have identified a suspect in connection with the murders of 4 people and the abandonment of an infant in West Tennessee. I've got the very latest on that story and more at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
The hell is that about?
Yeah, this is an odd story, man. It's quite the mystery.
Oh, my goodness. I'm going to stick around and listen to that. Speaking of mysteries, will he or won't he get out of jail? And the attorneys for Diddy are kind of making sense.
It accused him of arranging travel across state lines for a girlfriend or a male escort so they could have sex. The evidence showed Combs made no money from the prostitution and did not personally have sex with the escorts. His attorneys claim Combs is the only person ever convicted of violating the statute for conduct anything like this. And they argued paying for voyeurism to watch other people have sex is not prostitution. They asked the judge to overturn his conviction or order a new trial. Combs has separately asked to be released from jail until his sentencing in October.
Unfortunately, that does kind of make sense. So he didn't participate. He didn't do any of those things. And as scummy as he may be, you're the only one ever convicted. I think Trump, could you imagine if Trump gives him clemency or a pardon of some sort? Oh, good God. And Maxwell, I know they're talking, the family members are all coming out going, yeah, you can't get her out of jail. There's no way. You cannot release her out of jail. You can't. Can't do it. She's bad. She's evil. She was as bad as him. That can't happen.
But Chad, she's pretty.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe in her younger years. I don't know if I've seen. I think was it Drudge or somewhere had a front page of her in a bikini, but she was the one. She was without her. There is no him, as far as the amount of girls that they got and a lot of that stuff. So, let's see here. Practice squad. We were talking about that earlier. Minimum is 365 is supposedly the minimum for the practice squad. Is that the thing about the practice squad is when you're on the practice squad in football, they can cut you at any time.
Yeah.
So, and they owe you nothing. And at the same time, if you're signed off the practice squad by another team, I think they have to elevate you immediately to the roster.
Well, after you finish the DEI films.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh, we have to do more of those? Oh, don't tell me that.
We'll get you on the field next season. This season, you're going to be watching HR films.
Yeah, there's about 18 hours worth. Enjoy.
Those things are so awful. They're a parody of everything that you could think of. But it's important. It's not, and it's odd that I have never been in a place where anybody does anything close to what these people think that would happen. Never, ever. And if you want to see a hilarious DEI episode, there's a show called Tires with Shane Gillis and his buddy.
That dude.
Oh, he is brilliant.
He's pushing the envelope, man.
All the time.
He's right. Right there on the edge.
And Tires is so it is incredible. It's on Netflix, and they're 2 seasons, 8 episodes each, and it's about a tire store, and he's working at a tire store with his cousin, and they have to go through a HR thing where they bring somebody and do it, and it's just the worst thing you could ever think of. Like the lady's about ready to lose it because nobody is. It's wrong. Like one guy's doing coke. Everything about it is wrong. It's great. If you have a chance, go check that out. Go check that out. Yeah, there's stuff probably we should talk about. So there was that.
You just don't want to talk about it, man.
It's like, I don't care about tariffs. I don't. What I care about is when it affects you, right? What am I going to talk about? I told you guys yesterday, my iced tea machine was double the price. That pissed me off. Trump?
Iced tea machine.
Yeah, and then I'm like, well, maybe it's not Trump. Maybe it's
Donald Trump. Don't trust China. China is.
They are. So you got to watch that.
Yeah. Do we get? Let's see. Does China make tea? Do we import tea
Well,
from
yeah.
China?
Have you never heard that store? What's the? I wouldn't trade you for all the tea in China.
Oh,
tea
that's
in
right.
China, yeah.
That's right.
yeah.
Well, we need to start making our own tea.
So, but it's the tea machine which is made in China that costs so much.
Ah, okay. There you go. Yeah.
The thing that bugs me about this entire process is corporations don't pay tariffs. Governments don't pay tariffs. They're passed on to the consumer. Just like with corporate taxes. This is the corporate tax idea for the Republicans.
Yeah. It's the whole thing, first of all, like tariffs and all of this, it's a battle that the devil's in the details. Nothing's ever figured out. It's going to be passed on to you and I. At some point in time, I saw Ford came out, here's something serious, said that it's going to cost them a few $1 billion this year, all these new tariffs, and give Japan a massive advantage. Win some, lose some. I mean, other companies will say it's great. Until it affects you, you don't care. I mean, that was the old saying. How does this affect me? It doesn't. Well, then I don't care. There you go. There you go. Coming up. Okay, this is fun. You know what's on the rise, guys?
On the what?
On the rise. Going up. Things are getting popular.
Syphilis.
In the elderly, absolutely. It's huge. It's a good time. Look, if you're 83 and you got syphilis, you know what? Good for you.
You keep partying.
You keep being you, boo. No, but we'll talk about what's happening, what's becoming quite popular. I think you guys will enjoy it. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Bench, Super Talk 997.
$12:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories, and we're under a heat advisory today after 2 straight days of extreme heat warnings. Right now, the National Weather Service says that heat index is 99 with the real temperature 94. Full forecast in 5 minutes. Right now in Tennessee, authorities have identified the suspect in connection with the murders of 4 people in Lake County and the abandonment of an infant in Dyer County. This is in West Tennessee. Authorities looking for 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond. They say he may be driving a damaged 2016 Audi A3 with Tennessee license plate R01896. He's described as white, 5'10", 190 pounds, brown hair, and blue eyes. Considered armed and dangerous. Authorities advise anyone who sees Drummond not to approach. Just call 911. Here in Nashville, another step forward for the Music City Loop Tunnel project linking downtown with the airport. The State Building Commission today approved the lease for a lot, which Elon Musk's The Boring Company will use as a staging area for construction. More than a dozen people spoke at today's meeting ahead of the vote, including Democratic state lawmakers who are opposed to the project. Governor Lee tells WTN's Matt Murphy hundreds of local business leaders were at Monday's announcement, and despite no shows on the part of Mayor Freddie O'Connell and others.
I can't speak for the mayor, but the mayor and I have had conversations about this for some time, and we continue to meet and talk about that. And as I said yesterday, those conversations have been very productive.
The project planned to be entirely privately funded. Construction anticipated to start in the fall, with a potential operational start for the first section of the tunnel by fall 2026. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Well, that's always nice to know. How about this? USS, United Structural Systems. If you got any issues out there when it comes to things like, your basement, wall stabilization, foundation, stuff like that, cracks. And you're like, oh, goodness, is water getting in there? Mold, wood rot. When that stuff starts going sideways, what do? You call United Structural System. 615-488-7855. 615-488-7855. They've been, we're talking 30-plus years in business, tens of thousands of happy customers. They're going to take care of you like nobody's business. They'll come out and give you a free once-over to make sure that those little things don't become big things where you're starting to go, uh-oh, I got some serious issues with my walls, my crawl space, places like that. That can be a nightmare. Get to it before it gets worse. Call USS today. Have them come out. They're not going to charge you anything, and they won't sell you anything unless you actually need it. Call 615-488-7855 or go online and check out everything they do at USSTN.com. Hold on, I'm telling somebody here. They asked me, did you talk about that CEO? It wasn't a CEO. It was a high-ranking person got killed the other day in that shooting in New York from Blackstone. And, of course, conspiracies run amok. Guys, I don't know. Did you ever go to summer camp? Anybody here ever go to summer camp?
I went to church camp.
Yeah, I went to Vacation Bible School.
Oh, yeah, Vacation Bible School's awesome. I mean, if you were going to be groped by somebody, you want to do it at Vacation Bible School. Oh, my God, Chad, stop it with your silliness. Listen, let me tell you something. For adults, summer camp's back. Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's back in a major way. And at first I thought it was stupid. Then I looked into it and thought, you know what? I could see it.
With zip lines, archery, and bunking up in log cabins, there are all the hallmarks of your child's favorite summer camp. Except this one is for the grown-ups. Welcome to summer at Club Getaway in Kent, Connecticut, where campers 21 and up come together every weekend to meet new friends and be a kid again. What are you?
Kickball? I don't know about you, but that's pretty good kickball.
I was better at dodgeball, though.
I was better at kickball.
That's good. Do you like baby bounces or the big bounces?
The you talking about for the pitchers?
Yeah.
I didn't really. The big bounces were difficult for me because I was a little fella. So they would. I would end. Well, yeah, and was or still am. But
back
yeah,
then he was
I would rear back and get ready to just pummel it, and it would hit my knee.
Oh yeah, you
and
don't
it'd
want
be
that.
like a bunt, and I'm out.
Yeah, you don't want that. I liked, little medium. I could go with baby bouncies if I needed them.
Yeah.
But you got to have it right. And I liked, dodgeball's fun too.
It was always a blast, though, when you caught the ball just right when you were up to kick, and that thing went flying.
Yeah. But here's my thing, though. Do they even play dodgeball? Do they allow you to do that anymore? That feels like something that somebody would say is cruel and
The kids would get arrested for if they played it in their backyard.
The equity inside of this wasn't very good. And it's sexual harassment because you threw a ball at a girl's head that you liked. Whatever it is. I mean, I feel like that's something where it's like, sorry, you can't run.
Dude, we had, I had classmates that got pummeled in dodgeball. I mean, full-on face shots. I mean, there were some kids that I went to junior high with. I mean, they were damn near full-grown men. And, I mean, they could just palm those little red balls, and, threw them hard. I was always on the lookout.
Every school had that kid that was like, I think he's 17.
He might be 17
We're in
years old.
6th grade. He's got a mustache, and I think he has a child.
Yeah, man. Yeah, where I went to school in East Texas, dude, we had some big dudes that were in the 7th and 8th grade.
I don't know how long you've been here, but why does our teacher call you honey? We've been dating for a while,
Sir?
So, but it was interesting, like listening to some of these people talk, and young people in particular, they're not meeting. They don't want to grow up. We know that. So why not? You force people to go do something on the weekend, no different than taking a cruise, if you think about it. You're going to a place, right? You go out there to this camp, and it's kind of like a cruise. Everything's planned for you, which is also kind of cool. I mean, you got your downtime as I was reading about this, but a lot of the activities are planned for you, and a vast majority of everybody there is single. They're there just to hang out. And at a time when we don't meet people, you're putting them in situations where you're like, okay, this could be interesting. Because we need that, because we're not meeting people. I mean, we're fine because I can talk to anybody. But still, it's an odd time. And I also think kids don't want to give up that, a lot of a younger generation doesn't want to give up that being a kid. What's the new thing besides this? Is it micro retirements? Have you seen those? Where people are just taking, they'll quit a job for 2 months and then they'll go back and work again and they'll build up some money and they're looking for anything. There's no work-life balance. I'm here to tell you. You're 24 and you're looking, I need work-life balance. There isn't any. There isn't. And unless you're winning the lottery, the work-life balance does not exist.
Shamia Briscoe is one of many who came to camp to leave all her responsibility behind and instead bring out her inner child.
The nostalgia of it, right? I did overnight camps when I was younger, and I remember going out on the water, going rock climbing, and I was like, why not do that with some alcohol?
So what's really cool is that all the activities are planned for you.
All right, I guess we're doing this thing.
Right here. The first activity that we're going to do is our welcome to camp party.
David Schreiber is the camp's owner.
Why do you think people come here?
I think people come here for an experience. They want to meet new people. They want to try different things. And feel part of a community, even just for a short period of time.
Open to children during the week, Club Getaway has been welcoming adults for nearly 50 years. But it wasn't until recently that programs doubled as interest spiked.
It's kind of a neat thing. And you go there and you get to live a little nostalgia. I would totally do that. I would love to go play. I don't know if I'd play dodgeball. I think my arm would hurt too much. Kickball, though, I'd be all over that. And I know they have, several of you said they've got kickball leagues. I know, because last year when I first moved here, I played pickleball in a league here. And they were like, hey, we also have kickball leagues. And I'm like, no, but first of all, I could kick pretty good. I don't know if you guys are aware of that.
Well, you used to play soccer.
Yeah, so that'd be pretty cool. Man, I loved kickball when I was a kid. I was pretty dominant. We couldn't just wait till recess to get out there. Oh, God.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had long recesses, too, whenever I was a little kid. I mean, it seemed like they were long.
Did Mike Johnson give you guys a recess? Is that what he did? He gave you guys a recess for like 6 weeks? They did seem long. Well, you know what?
The lunch recess especially.
Oh,
that was about an hour, man.
Yeah. We had to snack. And then, it was like a 5 or 10 minute little thing to get you some food. And then you had a recess. And that first recess, after slaving over shapes and spelling, goodness me.
Spelling. Yeah, spelling.
Yeah, just tell the kids, how'd you do on your spelling test? I suck. Wouldn't it be great if you guys had to have a spelling test every week at your regular work? What are you doing, honey? I'm studying. I got a spelling test tomorrow. I only got a C last week. Oh, man. I still suck at spelling. I still like it. You and I talk about it all the time. You and I, man, you spell something so bad, Google's like, I have no idea.
Yeah. What?
My spelling's gotten worse, too, just because of too much dependence on autocorrect.
Oh. Too much dependence. I'm not telling you what that word is, Belle. You need to figure that out for yourself.
That actually happens more than I would like.
You need to figure that out. You are not doing well. Somebody said, I bet it's one big orgy. It's not Camp Pineapple.
You don't know.
Camp Pineapple.
You haven't been. You don't know what's going on.
Oh, do they have lawn darts? They don't. Remember, a lot of them are going to there's millennials. I remember when I was young and a kid. You're 23. You're still a kid. You still live at home. What are you taking a break from? Your mom and dad should be out here. So it's just, I think a young generation, you've got to almost force them to get out of their comfort zone to meet. That's how you have to do it. You have to take them because they're not meeting at bars, because nobody goes to bars like that anymore to meet. They go as couples or as friends with no want to, I think, meet. I mean, that lady I played last week where she was saying how somebody better grab her butt, grab her boob, and buy her a drink because she's been out 5 times and nobody won't even say hi to her. And you're like, geez, that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Oh, man. Tariffs. Yeah, somebody's like, why are you talking about tariffs? Because it's awful. Why are you arguing with people about tariffs, Belle?
Because I can.
My God. Tariffs. By the way, there's no tariffs on Mexico, if I'm correct. I think they shot that down.
Yeah, he's giving them another 90 days.
What?
Thank
another
goodness.
90 days.
I need my tequila and guacamole, people.
Guacamole.
Who? Yeah, I know. Somebody called Chuck Schumer. Football season tonight. Who's on the? Do we know who's playing tonight? We know the teams. We don't know who the hell the players are, though.
Yeah. Who plays? I don't know the team. Who
Oh,
are
it's
the
the L.A. Chargers taking on the mighty Detroit Lions. Detroit. So that'll be at 7 o'clock our time.
Can we just rename the LA team the De Jours?
I still say San Diego when I ever see them. If you put Chargers up there, I'm going to say San Diego. If you put LAC, I can get that. I can absolutely get that. But no, there'll always be the Chargers, San Diego Chargers to me. Always. Always. So that's at 7, which will be, I'd be lying if I say, I'm not going to watch. I'm totally going to watch it because I love football. Football. And how many weeks away till the kick?
Like of the regular NFL season?
No, what's it called for college? College kicks off first.
Yeah, they're usually the last week in August.
Yeah. Usually isn't there a game before where they always go to Ireland? They make Notre Dame play some team in Ireland.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the next week is that Labor Day kickoff weekend where they usually have one great game where it's like Georgia versus somebody.
Yeah.
And then football gets going for real. Ray said the Washington will always be the Redskins to him.
That's racist. Ray's being racist.
Ray's racist. Racist Ray. Oh, that's language. The language, kids. Language. Good God. Hey, did you guys see the ratings for South Park?
Well,
highest ratings in their history.
Good for them.
They've never had more views, down all of that stuff. And then the new one they're making fun of Charlie Kirk. They're making fun of him. Because Cartman he's going to schools and then arguing with everybody and just saying that, that you're a liberal and that you want abortions. That's all he says. You're liberal and all you want is abortions.
Man, those two dudes.
Oh, my Lord. That is so awesome.
That show's been going for nearly 30 years now.
It has. It has. This is their 27th season.
27th season.
So, and they're only doing, I think it's 10 to 12 episodes. And then they're doing some specials now because they say it's getting harder and harder but they're, because they do everything. I mean, think about how fast they get it done where this will be something that has happened in the next couple days and it'll be in a cartoon where you could never have that. When you go back and look at the old days when they were doing Bugs Bunny and Looney Tunes and Hanna-Barbera. Oh, yeah. It takes us 9 months to do a 3-minute cartoon. Yeah, now these guys they pump these things out at such a speed, and they want to be, relevant with what's happening in today's world. Speaking of that, we got our urban word of the day coming up. You know what? I used this one today. Still have no idea how we even got to this word. It's that crazy. It's that crazy. Plus, next hour, we're going to talk a little Sydney Sweeney. The controversy continues.
Good grief.
Because, and now Dunkin' Donuts has got into it. I don't know if you've seen this. Duncan got into it as well. So
everybody wants a piece of the action.
Everybody does. King of the Hill, I think their reboot comes in a couple weeks, actually. So they got to reboot.
I can't wait for that.
Oh, damn it, Bobby. This is going to be great. I can't believe it. I love Boomhauer. He just died, right?
The guy who did Boomhauer?
Yeah. I think the guy that did Boomhauer died.
I know. I think it was the guy that did the conspiracy theorist neighbor he had. I got to look that up.
Wasn't that Boomhauer?
No, Boomhauer's got rid of talking like this, a dang old propane tank.
Oh, yeah. Was it, oh, yeah, no, one of them died last year. Oh, it was the guy who, I think you're right. Dale Gribble.
Yeah, Dale.
Dale Gribble. And I think the guy who played the Native American guy, didn't he just die too?
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, Jonathan Joss.
Yes.
Who voiced John Redcorn, Johnny Hardwick, and Dale Gribble. He was killed he was shot and killed in San Antonio.
Man, look at all the people that are dead. Pamela, Brittany Murphy, she was on it too.
Yeah, she voiced Peggy for a while.
Burt Reynolds, he was on there.
Really?
Yeah, man. If you're on the show, you better watch out, guys. It's like being a Spinal Tap drummer.
Wow.
I know. Goodness me. Coming up, urban word of the day. Don't go anywhere. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Birch Gold. You want gold because you need to diversify. It's a smart thing to do. And let me tell you something. Birch is going to help you with that. So why gold? Made a 40% movement over the last, 12 months, give or take. Top of that, you've got unrest globally. You've got a lot of things going on that says gold's the place to be. You've got big institutions who are flighting themselves over to gold as far as what they're trying to stock up on, banks and everything. And it is because of what is happening. So Birch is going to do something. They're going to get you out an info kit, show you that you can take a 401k, an IRA, move it over, get it back, tax-free IRA, buy the physical gold, and you can even get it for yourself. You just want to have it at home. But the best thing is information, because that's how you're going to make that decision, and Birch has it for you. So do this. Text the word right now, Benson, to 989898. They're going to get you out the info kit for you to make the right decision. Info is key. Text the word Benson right now to 989898 for Birch Gold.
Authorities have identified the suspect in the murders of 4 people and the abandonment of an infant in West Tennessee. These stories and more coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Somebody just texted talking about King of the Hill, all the people that died.
Yeah.
Chuck Mangione was on King of the Hill.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Goodness.
Damn it, Bobby, they're all dead.
I better tell my daughter to stop watching that. She freaking loves that show.
Well, the new season, I think, starts this, or the reboot, or whatever it is.
So Mike Judge is just going back to the well on everything.
If it works, guys, if it works. Speaking of working, we want to make sure that you guys know what's going on out there, especially amongst the youth of America. It's time for the Urban Word of the Day.
Now it's
This was a very interesting one because I've heard my son use it and my stepdaughter, she used it, and I'd laugh, and I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? Bussin'.
Bussin'?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bussin'. What do you guys think it means?
I don't know, because I used to listen to a lot of 80s and 90s hip hop.
Okay.
And I know it was very popular in the 80s hip hop, but I don't think I ever knew what it meant.
No. It's when you take a child from one section of town and you bus them to a school.
That's what I thought it was. I'm bussing your ass.
Oh, I know what that is.
No, this means something exceptional, delicious, or impressive.
Ah.
So
bus it.
Like, let's just say you go and you're like, I like Chipotle. I just had the greatest burrito there. I'm bussing. This is bussing. I'm definitely coming back to Chipotle.
How do you spell it?
Bussin. Bussin'. This pizza is bussin'. This
Bussin' with
outfit
the boys.
is bussin'. You got to say it like that, too.
Yeah.
You went to the Ghost concert. It was bussin', I think is
Yes, it was.
I don't think they would say it like that. They'd be like, it's a bussin', it's a ghost. It's so fun.
They're Swedish, not German.
It's all the same.
That was the Urban Word of the Day. Now you know.
The white people. Crackers.
Bussin'.
Bussin'. This show's bussin'.
Now, what did it mean whenever they say bus it, bus it?
I thought, that was like make a move or do something like that. Bust a move kind of thing. So
You want me to set it, son?
Yeah. Set a pick? Is that what you want? Set it down? I'm not quite sure. I know I understand it's English, but we're missing something here. You know what's else is as I go through the Urban Dictionary, because the kids will tell me something. There are some words they use that we used to use, but they don't mean the same thing in their world.
Ah, okay.
It's tricky, guys. We're just trying to keep you abreast of the situation. Coming up next hour, probably nothing serious.
Well, next hour we start tariff talk.
This tariff.
All tariff.
We're going to start with Mexico, the importance of the stuff that's going on there. You're going to get those clay pots. If you want chiclets, they got them, and they're going to be the same price.
Chiclets.
If you're missing the show, go to the podcast, Chad Benz Show, Super Talk 997.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Everybody in Middle Tennessee's under a heat advisory today. Heat index, according to the National Weather Service, is 97 degrees right now over at BNA. It's 93 degrees actual temperature. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. A suspect has been identified in connection with the murders of 4 people in Lake County and the abandonment of a 7-month-old in Dyer County. All of this in West Tennessee. Authorities looking for 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond, described as white, 5'10", 190 pounds, with brown hair and blue eyes and a goatee. And he may be driving a damaged 2016 Audi A3 with Tennessee license plate R01896. Authorities consider Drummond to be armed and dangerous. They advise you, if you see him, to not approach. Just call 911. A ruling just came down involving the upcoming execution of Tennessee death row inmate Byron Black. The Tennessee Supreme Court overturning a lower court's ruling and says Black can be executed without deactivating his heart device. The lower court ruled that leaving that device activated could lead to painful shocks and potentially a prolonged execution. Black is scheduled to die by lethal injection Tuesday for the 1988 shooting deaths of his girlfriend, 29-year-old Angela Clay, and her two daughters, 9-year-old LaToya and 6-year-old LaKeisha. Right now in Nashville, Elon Musk's The Boring Company has been approved to use a lot downtown as a staging area for construction of the Music City Loop Tunnel project linking downtown and the airport. Democrats are not happy.
There is a significant human cost to doing business with the richest man in the world, who has time and time again neglected the health of communities and has bypassed local regulations to boost his profits.
That's a community organizer out of Memphis who claims Elon Musk's supercomputer is ruining Memphis. Democrats and their community organizer friends might not like it, but Governor Lee tells WTN's Matt Murphy Show hundreds of Tennessee business leaders were at Monday's announcement in support.
He has said that there are questions to be answered, and he and I talked about that. I said, we want the questions, and the Boring Company wants those questions. They'll answer those questions, and I think what will happen is people will see that this really is a great thing for our city. And
that's Governor Lee talking about his discussions on the Music City Loop with Mayor Freddie O'Connell. By the way, the Boring Company aims to complete the first segment by fall of 2026. Two plumbers in San Diego County are being credited with saving a grandmother's life as she was attacked by a swarm of bees.
And Roque and his coworker became unexpected heroes. On the job at Happy Plumbing, they saw a family in distress being overcome by a swarm of bees. He jumped in, and he has the evidence on his body to prove it.
A lot of these bee stings are around my body.
The plumbers noticed a family waving them down for help. A grandmother covered in bees leaning against a car and fainting. He caught her as she went down, and as he got stung, he dragged her to safety. Eventually, firefighters came in and used a helicopter to create wind to disperse the bees.
I'm just glad that we were there at the right time.
Alex Stone, ABC News.
Wow. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Hour number 2, right into it.
They were not part of the April 2nd so-called Liberation Day.
There you go. There you go. Tariffs. We talked about it. So that was good.
Yeah, well, we need to keep going for an hour and 49 minutes.
I can't do it. I can't. Let's be real. You guys don't listen to me because of that. It's because we have fun stuff we talk about. Tomorrow, you guys are going to be stoked. The most misheard lyrics in music history.
I'm looking forward to that.
That is going to be fun. Speaking of looking forward to, you guys, let's all go back in the time machine and see if you can remember this.
American public school students from the 1960s to 2012 probably remember doing the presidential fitness test in gym class. It included push-ups or pull-ups, sit-ups, a mile run, and a sit and reach, which sounds just like its name. Sit on the ground and reach for your toes. President Obama replaced it with an assessment that was more focused on personal health. But today, President Trump will sign an executive order bringing the fitness test back to public schools. He'll also reestablish the President's Council on Sports, Fitness, and Nutrition, which will partner with professional athletes and sports organizations.
You remember that? You remember you used to have to do that?
Yes, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, you couldn't do anything. Like, look at Bell, he can't climb the rope.
Couldn't? I wouldn't. I didn't want to do that.
Already a libertarian?
I did not care if I got to the top of that rope or not.
Got to ring the bell. Bing. The push-ups, the mile run. If you make kids do a mile run today, they're going to die.
Especially in this heat.
Yeah, but not only that. I mean, we're not fit. I like this idea, right? Let's do this. You know what's interesting? I was watching, what's his name? Neil deGrasse Tyson? Is that his name? Or is it the other way around?
No, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
And he was talking about, the Maha stuff. There were a whole bunch of people talking about it. And he's like, yeah, we need to eat healthier. But we ate super healthy, at the turn of the century before last, the 1900s, and we lived to be like 40. We eat like crap now, and because of science, we can live to be 80.
Well, I mean, remember, dude, people were dying because of appendicitis.
Oh.
Even in the 50s, I think.
Oh, God. Isn't that crazy?
Just simple appendicitis, which now I think is an outpatient thing.
And look at how many people the Spanish flu killed compared to COVID.
Yeah. Like you said, it's an outpatient. Now I just think they tell you, take it out yourself. Take this pill. Do yourself. What are you doing? Going on YouTube?
Here, take this pill.
You'll be fine.
It'll kill your appendix.
Do you remember, what was that? Was it the second Star Trek when they came to now so they could get the whales?
No, that was the third.
Was that the third?
Yeah.
And they were in the hospital trying to get Scotty, and that guy was going to have his liver out. And the guy's, "I'll take this. You'll be fine." And I'm cured.
He called modern medicine medieval.
Awesome.
Oh, my Lord. Yes, Renee, I absolutely agree. Coming back from lunch, and then they're like, you got to do the mile run. Oh, it's horrible. And they got to do pull-ups. I don't want to do pull-ups.
I never could do pull-ups, man. I can do them hands turned toward me, but hands out.
You can't do the hands out?
I cannot. I just never was able to do that.
That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I did because I was fit, and so everybody was fit. If you think about it, how many kids were really chunky or big at your school? Not a lot.
We didn't have a lot.
No.
Hey, there was always that odd kid out that got bullied for it, but it was the exception, not the rule.
Yeah, that's right. So maybe we need to bring bullying back, is what he is saying.
Exactly.
That's right. Bring it back, Bell. Bring it back.
Bullying was so. I was the target of bullying up until my senior year in high school, man.
I was too.
I always had dudes trying to kick my ass.
For what?
I don't know. I mean, I had great friends. Fortunately, I had friends, who would, step in whenever, somebody was trying to
throw down.
Yeah.
Oh, did you like the movie The My Bodyguard? when Matt Dillon was going to kick your ass, and you went and bought somebody, you got that other guy to do it for you,
dude. That movie was very similar to some of my situations.
That's crazy.
I have no idea that there were a couple of dudes that for whatever reason, whenever We had this gang in this town, this little town in Oklahoma I grew up. They called themselves the Bandits. And for whatever reason, they decided they were going to key in on me and whip my ass.
Were you on their turf?
I don't know. I guess the parking lot of Pauls Valley High School.
How many
was their
kids were in
turf.
your high school?
Probably like 500.
It's like you knew everybody.
Oh, yeah.
That's the funny thing.
But here's the thing, man. All these guys were gathered around me one day as I was putting on my helmet to ride home on my Honda Passport, and they were going to kick my ass. And all of a sudden, these two dudes showed up, and they said, "Weaver, are they giving you a problem?" And I said, "Yes." Every one of the bandits scattered like roaches when you turn a light on in a room.
Ooh, what was the name of their gang?
I don't. They were just known for whipping people's ass.
That's a horrible name for a gang. That's just so funny. It's like you're not even doing anything. It's not.
No.
It's not like you're making money or you're doing anything like that. You're not slanging cane.
Yeah.
It's drug words there I use.
And I mean, whenever I say bullied, I mean, I wasn't bullied. It's just back in the 80s, man. I mean, it was just part of growing up.
It was part of growing up. And you know what? Could it go too far? Yes. Every once in a while it could. But it also taught some character.
Yeah, it taught you how to deal with conflict with peers.
That's right. Taught you that. And it's the same thing even now. They won't even let you play a lot of places. What did I see here? We're doing the new recess thing. It's like, let kids be kids because let them make up games. Let them make up their own rules. Let them have conflict resolution. They can't grow if you carry them ever. This is where the gentle parenting crap comes in.
Right.
And it's not about being hateful towards your kid and angry. It's about, you know what your kid is. But you have to let kids be kids. And that includes dealing with bullies and stuff like that. The difference, though, and in our day is it ended at 2 or 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have to deal with it after that.
Online is much different nowadays. And the other thing is, too, and I've noticed this when the kids fight or the bullying, it used to be there was some nerds or somebody, and they would get picked on, like poor Ken over there or whatever. Nowadays, though, you have clashes of even the popular people bullying each other.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a different thing.
Yeah. I mean, it is definitely different today, and it's more insidious today because of social media. These kids can't get away from it.
No, they can't.
It's just constantly on them, and it's terrible. And, but back in the day, I mean, rarely did I ever have to fight. When I did, I put up a fight. Did I win every fight? No. But we moved on.
But and that was the other thing. You moved on.
Yeah.
You moved on. And this day and age, though, is a different, nobody's trying to take your lunch money.
Right.
It's instead they're doing things that are, well, they follow you 24/7. There's no respite from it.
Right.
And the thing that you used to enjoy, maybe going online or whatever, you can't do that anymore without 50 people texting you, telling you about what somebody said, what somebody did, and what they're doing,
You'll laugh at me for this, but there was one point where I actually did get pushed around by one guy because he wanted my lunch money, which back when I was in high school was like $2 a day. And I had stopped going to lunch because I was saving my money up because I wanted to join the ABBA fan club.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. So I was taking the $2 my mother would give me every day, and I would stash it in my room, and I wouldn't eat lunch. And the guy comes up to me one day. He's like, fork over the $2. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, give me your lunch money. I said, dude, I don't eat lunch. And I just walked away from him.
He bullied a poor guy. I got no money. I was coming over to rob you. For the ABBA. How much was the ABBA fan club?
It was, I want to say, it was really expensive for the time. I think it was like $18,
wow.
$20.
What'd you get to do as part of the ABBA club?
Yeah, I'd like to know this.
You got to sing karaoke.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding. You got the newsletter and the membership card, and you got advance notice of like new compilations coming out and stuff like that.
That is so cool. So they would send you at the newsletter. The kids, you guys have no idea what it was like waiting to get something from your favorite artist, because you didn't have 24/7 access to them, right? You didn't. And waiting to get to that new, and they draw, it's coming. It is coming.
ABBA had a nice little 4-color, small brochure type newsletter, and it was, they've spent money on it. And then I was in the Journey fan club too, and theirs was on newsprint folded in half.
Journey. This is the problem with Journey. Journey is not ABBA.
No.
No, nobody is.
No,
nobody's
nobody
ABBA
is.
but ABBA.
And
Nobody.
Journey, and no, I'm going to save, never mind. I'm going to save this for Hot Take Tuesday next week. Never mind. I was going to make a hot take about Journey, but I'm going to wait until next
Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then we'll remind you because you'll forget by then. And then somebody better remind me.
I actually rejoined the fan club when the last ABBA album came out.
They have a fan club? Did they send you something in the mail?
Yeah, it was the same stuff.
That is. You don't have a card, do you?
Yes, it's in my desk at home. I'll bring it in tomorrow.
You should carry it like you're a sheriff.
No.
Pull over and go, you weren't ABBA enough.
You're not ABBA enough.
You're not ABBA enough. We got to have a serious conversation, mister. I can't even believe they have a card.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I wonder how many people belong to that.
I think it's somewhere in the 90,000s. 90,000.
And you don't pay monthly, though, right?
No. You pay a one-time fee, and you're in for a year. Then you have to renew. But they just don't. Their last album came out 40 years after the previous album. So they've been so inactive that, people aren't going to join a fan club with a group that's that inactive.
No, that would be kind of tough. So that would be very, that'd be interesting, though. It's like they get that one thing in the mail that says, we've decided to do another album.
Oh, believe me, when they announced that they announced they were doing 2 new songs to work into the Avatar show. And those got delayed because of COVID. And then when it finally came out, it turned into a whole new album. And I was losing my mind.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I stayed up till midnight so that as soon as it hit the streaming platforms, I could listen to the whole album.
Was it worth it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
I love Brother Belal's eclectic music taste, man.
I think
it's all over the map.
I think it's cool. No, you love... Because a lot of people say they love ABBA, but they don't. Like, Bell generally is a fan.
Yeah. Bell, I like some of their songs, but Brother Belal loves the band.
Yeah,
somebody just sent me ABBA fanclub.nl. Look at that.
SOS.
Oh, yeah,
is the best
that should be the official one because it's based out of the Netherlands.
Yeah, you can renew it. It's $44 US outside of the Netherlands. That is crazy. That is I didn't even know, man, I remember fan clubs. Duran Duran was big in my day. All the girls all had Duran Duran fan clubs.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
And that's why all the boys were in the Duran Duran club.
That's right.
That's where the hottest chicks were.
All the time, man.
Hot chicks.
Remember at lunch, too, they would have something going on in there? What's going on? It's Breakdance Club. I'm like, you better sign me up. Hold on, I brought my own cardboard. I'm ready to do some sort of back move. Who wants to see me do the worm?
Man, I tried to break dance. I was terrible at it. Terrible.
You weren't. You were probably much better than you realize. I could robot, though.
I could do a little bit of robot, but as far as spinning around on my back, and flipping around, no, that was.
Were you as good as Rachel Raycon? Did you bounce like a kangaroo?
I was like her.
You were like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
She might have beat me.
She was awesome.
You
know what? Nobody remembers who won that thing. All anybody remembers is Rachel Raycon. You won. You win.
The looks on the judges' faces. Just everybody's faces watching that, man. It's priceless.
It is priceless. It was worth its weight in gold. It was spectacular. She won. She won the day.
Did.
And she also embarrassed her country, but she won the day. And she'll always be a punchline forever. That's what more can you ask for? Coming up, more stuff, because we talk about stuff and more stuff. Why is that? Because that's what we do here, kids. If you'd like to talk to us about stuff, let us know. We got a text line. What's the text line, Bill?
615-737-9986.
And if you were part of a fan club, what fan club was that? Rick Springfield? Is that really Nate from Busy Bee? Rick Springfield, what? It's the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 997. Rough Greens, ruffgreens.com/Chad. Go there, get your free bag of Rough Greens today. It is the best thing for your dog. It's like an energy boost for your pup. It is incredible. Like us, we all reach for our energy drinks, our coffee. We got to have our good start today. This is it. Living nutrition right inside of a bag. And right now, Rough Greens wants to get you a bag. Are you ready for this, my friends? It's a $20 value. All they ask you to do is cover the cost of shipping. They get it out to you. 1 scoop a day on top of the dog's food that you're already giving it. So you don't have to get anything new. It's going to help with their aches and their pains and their joints. It's going to help give them more energy and vitality, help with their heart health, their immune system, so many things. Try a Jumpstart trial bag of Rough Greens today. All you have to do is cover the cost of shipping. ruffgreens.com/Chad. That's ruffgreens.com/Chad. The Wellness Institute of Nashville. Get on over there. See my buddy, Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Ashley. You take care of you. You can go to painisbad.com. Check it out. Right now, they're running a great special. Big Daddy Trump special. $12 for a comprehensive exam. X-rays if needed. And they're going to explain the diagnosis. And that's all going to happen on your first treatment. It's truly amazing. You want to get that back. You want to get out there, play pickleball. Just live life in a way where maybe you haven't been able to for a while. They're going to help you do it with their technology, with their experience. Dr. Mitchell, Dr. Ashley are great. So whether you got sciatic issues, neck pain, back pain, maybe a slip or bulging disc, something like that, just get over there. There's no surgery, no spinal injections, and no painkillers. Call 615-246-5009, 615-246-5009, or go to painisbad.com.
All right, drivers, got some stuff in the way. Got a crash on the right shoulder 24 westbound before Briley Parkway. And then over by the airport, a crash on the right shoulder 40 eastbound before Briley Parkway East. And authorities have identified the suspect in the murders of 4 people and abandonment of an infant in West Tennessee this week. This story and more at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
It's that time of day where we take a look outside with the weather wizard himself to find out what the swamp ass is like. Now it's time for the Swamp Ass News Report with the weather wizard, Ken Weaver.
Boys, the swamp ass meter is silent.
Thank the Lord.
National Weather Service says the heat index right now only 97 degrees. The real temperature's 93, so there's no need to go, how?
Woo, thank goodness. I was walking here today, as I do, if you guys know. Guy, he was in line in front of me at the store, went and got my little energy drink, cruising on over here. And
yeah.
He's unhoused, I would think, down on his luck. Very nice guy. His nickname's Cowboy.
Cowboy, yes, sir.
And he was talking about how disgusting it is. And he was starting to relive the days back when it wasn't so disgusting, but this has been really disgusting. And then he was heading on over to the park with all of his, because over here at the Naked Park, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Are there still tents over there?
Yeah, there's a couple tents. They've been sleeping right now. There's some tents, but everybody's sleeping on they've all got their benches, but they all congregate in one area.
Okay.
During the day.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I'm like, and I say hi to them and I'll talk to them because I see them around, and you just think, you wondered, like, do you have family?
Yeah.
And he's an older dude. I would say he's in his 70s or 80s.
Yeah.
And
he's been at it a while.
He's been at it a while, kind of thing. And yeah, he probably drinks. Maybe he's done some stuff in the past. He can have a conversation, but some of the other ones it's tough too. But you could tell that guy is just one of those guys where he's probably been fringe living for a while.
Yeah.
He said he came out here for a job in '97 and had some work here and there. And he goes, then they were doing something and it was pretty steady. And then COVID destroyed everything. And since then, I think he's had some issues. Issues. Cowboy. I go, what's happening, Cowboy? I'm Chad. He goes, how you doing, Chad? I said, I'm doing okay. And then he wandered over to the park. And it was happy hour. That's what happens over there. Happy hour.
Were they all tipping up bottles of Listerine?
Let's just say it's bags with something in it that they're drinking out of, a lot of them. Or they're drinking out of those styrofoam cups.
Oh, gotcha.
Mm-hmm. Only 97 today. That's right. Correct. This is the day. If you're going to go outside and do something, go and do it now.
Yeah. Let me see what we're supposed to be tomorrow while we're doing.
Are we still
this.
talking about swamp ass?
There is no swamp ass right now.
Yeah. No swamp ass right now.
No, we don't want that. Not going to happen right now.
Yeah. Tomorrow, boys, it looks like swamp ass meter might be quiet tomorrow too. The high tomorrow, only 86. I'm gonna have to wear a jacket.
Hell to the yeah. Very exciting. I like that. I was trying to find out who had the biggest fan club of all time.
The biggest fan club.
I would say it's either the Beatles or
Kiss.
Presently Taylor Swift, but I think the Beatles probably were bigger than Kiss.
Yeah.
When
maybe.
you had a fan, so what you've got a fan club back in the 70s and 80s and stuff, even in the 90s. You didn't see these people all the time. You'd see them once in a while.
Right.
The fan clubs.
You would catch them when they were doing promo for an album or when they were on tour, and that was it.
Yeah. Fan clubs were important back then because that was the way that you communicated. And how else are you going to get Davy Jones to come to your damn thing, Brady Bunch?
Plus, it was also the most simplified way for them to sell merch off cycle.
Yes, which is crazy. So in today's world, like, why would fan club is your, you've got that's your Insta, isn't it? Really? Do they even have fan clubs anymore?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Remember the magazines that you could buy,
Tiger
like
Beat,
Circus and Hit Parade? Circus was the best for heavy metal.
Yeah, it was the best. Remember Fangoria? That's right. I need to know what cool horror movies coming out on VHS, on beta.
I remember when I was first started working at KDF, I remember I read Circus and Hit Parade regularly. And when I started working in radio at KDF, I realized how much of what they were printing in there was just made up. They were just completely lying about stuff.
No, come on now, Brother Bilal. That was right on.
You know what? I'm not listening. Don't listen to him, guys. He's a liar.
That is not true.
You mean Great White's not going to start a fist fight with the dude from, because Great White, that was a great band right there. Phenomenal. What's his name? Lawless?
Yeah, it's exactly what we needed was Led Zeppelin Light.
You mean Bruce Dickinson wasn't actually stabbed by Eddie?
That's right. Eddie's not real? The reincarnation of a fan that died in a satanic worshiping accident? No, that's why I got Fangoria. That's right. Tiger Beat.
I love that magazine too. Fangoria
Tiger Beat. I was always on the cover of Tiger Beat.
Fangoria was cool because even in publications that were oriented toward movies, horror always got the short end of the stick.
Always.
And Fangoria covered nothing but horror.
That's all they did. That's all they did, kids. Coming up, speaking of pop culture and whatnot, we will talk about the insanity that is this chaos with this poor girl who just did a damn Gene commercial, and it's turned into a great thing for American Eagle, but a way for us to have a conversation about, looks and whatnot. Chad Benz Show, Super Talk 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Full forecast in 5 minutes. Right now in Tennessee, authorities have identified the suspect they're looking for in the murders of 4 people and abandonment of an infant in West Tennessee this week. They believe 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond is armed and dangerous and driving a damaged 2016 Audi A3 with Tennessee license plate that's R01896. Drummond is white, 5'10", 190 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, and a goatee. Anyone who sees him, police say do not approach. Just call 911. And the state Supreme Court says a death row inmate can be executed without deactivating his heart device. First, here's Channel 4's Holly Thompson.
Tennessee's High Court ruling Thursday today overturns a lower court's order and now paves the way for Byron Black to be executed Tuesday morning as scheduled. The Tennessee Supreme Court found that requiring the device to be deactivated would effectively interfere with the execution, which the lower court does not have the power to do.
Yeah, the lower court ruled that leaving the device activated could lead to painful shocks and potentially a prolonged execution. Black is scheduled to die by lethal injection on Tuesday for the 1988 shooting deaths of his girlfriend, 29-year-old Angela Clay, and her 2 daughters, 9-year-old Latoya and 6-year-old Lakeisha. The Music City Loop project moving forward. Today, the State Building Commission approved Elon Musk's The Boring Company lease of a lot downtown to use as a staging area for construction. And afterward, Democrats held a news conference to complain.
There is a significant human cost to doing business with the richest man in the world, who has time and time again neglected the health of communities and has bypassed local regulations to boost his profits.
That is Memphis community organizer and University of Memphis student Richard Massey, who claims Elon Musk's supercomputer is ruining Memphis. The Boring Company aims to complete the first segment of the Music City Loop by fall of 2026. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Busy Bee HVAC. Go there now. Check it out. So busybeehvac.com. See all the great deals they got. If you're worried about all the things that may be happening with your plumbing, your heat, you got to get around to it, especially as the summer starts to wind down. All of a sudden, you start worrying about the fall. It's the heater ready. You got everything hooked up for that. What about your pipes and all of those things? They've got you covered. They got great deals. And let's not forget about the Beehive Club. And right now, it's still going. You can buy a membership and you can gift another membership, somebody absolutely free. It's what's great about them. They will take care of you. They're an amazing group of people. I swear by them. Bell's used them. He swears by them. If you want the best around when it comes to plumbing and heating, they're not there to screw you. They're to deliver the best with a smile, and you're going to be treated so amazing. It is Busy Bee. Call them today, 775-7833, 775-7833, or visit them online at busybeehvac.com. So, Bell found out who the largest, biggest of all-time fan clubs are.
Who?
So, Elvis Presley.
That makes sense.
At the peak, he had hundreds of official chapters and millions of members, still active with thousands of diehard fans. The Beatles, over 100 million, over 1 million official members. Taylor Swift, not so much a central fan club, but she's got, something like it. But nothing tops BTS.
BTS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
For those of you out there who don't know what they are, BTS is
Korean K-pop.
Korean K-pop.
You're kidding.
Nope. Fan club is called the Army. They have 100 million fans.
Wow. I mean, they're big here in the States,
Yeah,
but they are giant in the rest of the world.
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're a stadium act in the rest of the world.
Yeah, they're on it's a different level.
Wow.
The chaos that they bring.
Man.
Yeah, you know what, though?
People smoke pot at their concerts?
No, they don't. I don't think so.
You don't know that.
I don't think they do. You know what's interesting about them, though? Is like you see those people like BTS and who are some of the other ones that were so big? You got Blackpink, which is
Blackpink, yeah. That's probably the biggest female group. Yeah.
And then you find out that they're not only are they manufactured, the stuff that they go through to get these kids, it's like when we see New Kids on the Block or like that Lou Pearlman guy. Did you ever deal with Lou?
No.
So he's the guy that kind of built all these, New Kids on the Block and a few of these others. NSYNC. They do this almost to the point where they're in it's like boot camp. They weigh them every day. They
put them through intensive media training.
It's crazy the stuff they go through. And that's why they have a high rate of ending it, if you will, suicide. Because your life is not your own. And they'll tell you that. I mean, you gotta everything is controlled. Who you can see, what you could do. They even pick out who you're gonna date if you do get to go on dates.
Menudo on steroids.
Yeah, Menudo. God, when they kicked me out of the band, I was like, dude, what are you guys doing? Ricky?
You're 17, man. You got to go.
So weird. Menudo. Oh, Menudo. Speaking of weird, come on, guys.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. My genes are blue.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, Sydney Sweeney's hot. It's crazy. Ted Cruz got involved. You've got all these people talking about this, and they're trying to, they've made this a cultural touch point. It doesn't have to be. It's a gene company selling genes. That's what they sell. And some sex, because sex sells. Do we all agree on that? Does everybody agree that sex can kind of sell?
No, I don't think people care much about that.
No. So they talked to this professor who's a professor in marketing. And, of course, he's going to go in an area where it's about how you take it.
He wrote on X.
Oh, this is Ted Cruz talking about Ted. Poor Ted Cruz. I can't even believe he got involved. What are you doing?
One person who weighed in on all of this was Texas Senator Ted Cruz. He wrote on X, wow, now the crazy left has come out against beautiful women. I'm sure that will pull well. That has gotten a range of reactions online. He's making, obviously, this political connection here. Talk to us about why this so-called woke culture has drawn so much backlash here in the U.S.
I think that is probably poor and lazy attribution. This had nothing to do with left-leaningness. And these have nothing to do with quote-unquote woke, at least the way woke has been repositioned and recontextualized. I think this has everything to do with meaning, how you saw it.
No, it doesn't. It's none of those things. Okay, how you see something, if your life is going to be based on you're going to have an outrage on how you see stuff, everybody's going to be outraged all the time. Because you're going to look at, especially people who want to take to the interwebs to bitch about stuff like this. By the way, they sold out all of their jeans, if you want to know. Just to let you go.
Yeah, to racists.
Well, of course, racist jeans. How
Bunch
much
of
those?
racists out there wearing blue jeans.
Yeah. 5525 says Cindy Sweeney's not that hot. I don't know who she is. Who's Cindy? Now, Sydney's a different story, but Cindy, woo!
That's text speech error.
I know. I'm kidding. You can't. Everybody wants to make it. It's about my truth, Ken. It's about my truth.
My truth, yes.
When is it? When does like American Eagle and Cindy or Sydney? When does their responsibility for how you feel about a situation end? When does that happen?
I don't think it even begins.
Yeah. There you go. It's like this when people say, "Well, my truth is," and I saw it from this direction. If she would have come out and said, "White people are hot and sexy. I'm banging. You people are idiots, people of color," then you know what? They didn't. Yes, that would have been different. But instead, she wore tight clothes and a nice shirt that was tight-ish. She couldn't help that. It's in her jeans.
That was my problem, was what she was wearing.
What do you mean?
That she was wearing something.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's that. Well, you should watch one of her shows. I think there's times in those that maybe she's a little less in jeans, if you will. You're selling sex. And somebody's like, well, I took offense to it. Okay. You know, here's something we all need to learn. Oh, I saw something I didn't like. You know what? Oh, well, I'm moving on. Let's practice that.
Not me.
Not me.
I'm going online and I'm gonna cry about it.
I have to do this. I want to not say something, but I have to. I feel it is my duty.
My duty.
To say something. I need to. I must. And then you're like, oh, why? Why are you? Why? I would like to know who's hurt by this. You know who's hurt by this? Nobody. Not a soul is hurt by this.
Some people just love perpetual victimhood.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It's a race. It's a race to see, it's a grievance culture now.
Who could be the most damaged and hurt?
That's right. What's the grievance that you have? We did something here, and how did it make you feel? Like, she's hot in jeans? I don't know. Like, how's it supposed? Well, if you were a person of color, what if you were gay? What if you were a gay man and you saw that? How did that make you feel? Because there wasn't a gay man in it.
That's right. That's discrimination.
What if you have no legs? You're an amputee. A shark bit him off. How do you feel? Oh, you're right. You're right about that. My goodness. The victim culture. You're right, man. It's this grievance. It's the victim Olympics. How much can I be hurt by something that affects nobody? It doesn't. She didn't do anything wrong, and she got all kinds of flack for it. And American Eagle basically just told everybody to shut up. Although there was that funny one. There was a fake one that was going around yesterday. I think Matt tweeted out. He says, "I so want this to be true." That, and it basically said, "We're sorry if we hurt your feelings," and the fact that we also didn't know she had such big boobs. We got her a medium when everybody knows she's an extra large. Oh, it's true. So he says, Chad, it's the ego. The reason people feel like they have to say something, ego is not our amigo. I like that. Make that a bumper sticker. Ego's part of it. People feel, I'm always fascinated by the want to chime in on everything. Just can't let it go. I can't let it go. I have to comment. I have to. And then they go and they do it, and then they start something. And then you've got people debating on whether or not this girl's a bad girl, a mean girl, a horrible girl. Do you think she was part of it? No, I think it was a bunch of 20-somethings in a room deciding, hey, we got this actress. We're paying her a crap ton of money. We're trying to sell jeans. So what do we do? Well, why don't we do this? Okay. And if she would have... Here's the thing. Somebody like her, and I love how people are like, she's not really that pretty. Settle down. Okay, I've seen your wife.
TB was texted in a really good point. We've been watching gay male models sell jeans for years, and I'm really not that offended.
Yeah. No, you're right. Now, what if she would have done this? She would have had a white T-shirt on, and she would have been out baling hay with a little bit of mud on her face or something like that, kind of some dirt. She would have still looked smoking hot. And people were like, well, you know who's offended by that? People who can't be farmers.
And cows.
The transgender farmer people. Remember them?
You know what? She would have looked hot doing something like that.
Yes.
I do remember them, and they're not around anymore because of genocide.
Oh, that's right. The genocide. The genocide. And sex sells. That's, that it always goes back to that. Sex sells. It does. It goes right back to that. Yes, we did. We played the Brooke Shields commercial yesterday. Somebody said, you remember that? That one was straight up Aryan. And I don't think Brooke meant it.
And how old was she? Like barely 18?
Yeah, that was 1980. So
she started the campaign when she was 16, and it ran. She was spokesperson for, I'm going to say, 4 years.
Yeah, she was for a while. So she's 60. So she would have been in 1980. She'd have been 20.
Okay.
So.
And she was smoking hot.
She was. She was so beautiful.
She still is, man. She is still gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh.
What was the Castaway movie she was in?
Blue Lagoon?
Yeah.
With her and
the blonde
Chris
fella.
Atkins.
Chris Atkins. And yeah, you're right. And
Nobody
there was
cared
like
about him.
enough little and how old was she? Like 15?
15.
Yeah, I don't think they could do that today.
No, sir.
No. I do not think they could do that today. Not in today's world. No. She was gorgeous, though. She's still, like you said, she's still gorgeous. But I think people forget how big of a star she was, too, for a while. Because she was the top model in the world, and she was an actress. And then she married Andre Agassi.
That's right.
That's right. Remember when she went to the U.S. Open, and she's like, yeah, cheering. We're like, who's she cheering for? Andre? The guy with the hair? It's not very nice. Coming up. Got some of your text messages. Some of you not happy by our story choices because you want to live in the life of sadness and never smile. So we'll talk about tariffs for you just to make you feel better. We'll do that straight ahead. Chad Bencho, Super Talk 997. Israel didn't listen, by the way. Bullwork Capital. Want to talk to you about Bullwork. If you've got a 401k, an IRA, you're investing, you've got your retirement, you're not quite sure if you're getting everything you need. Doesn't hurt to get a second set of eyes on it. Let somebody take a look, see if they've got some things for you. Maybe find some stuff that they uncover. Maybe you're in positions that you want to grow to a certain level and that you're not going to get there with that. Or maybe you're exposed in areas that you shouldn't be. Or you've just got a lot of fees coming out that you don't see. Let Bullwork get those second eyes on it and help you with that. It's a no-risk portfolio review, and they're doing it right now. You call 866-779-RISK, 866-779-RISK today. They're going to show you what they're all about, maximizing the upside potential, lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. Simple and easy. Takes about 30 minutes or so. They'll go through everything, and the beauty is no hard sell. My buddy Zach and entire staff over there are incredible. Call 866-779-RISK today or go to knowyourriskpodcast.com. Knowyourriskpodcast.com. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investment involved risk, not a guarantee. Past performance not guarantee future results. Trek 25217.
Police have identified a suspect in that quadruple murder and abandonment of an infant in West Tennessee. We've got the details on that and other top stories coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Sally texted in and said, I get sex sells, but who's their target demographic, lesbian or men? I said, women. Women want to look sexy.
No, they don't.
That's what I heard. And they want to look sexy. They want to look good. And they see that guys go, ooh, that looks good. So there you go. That's part of the it's like makeup. You're always trying, you want to improve. You want to do something. Guys do the same thing. We're always looking to, but then we come to the realization we're not going to look like Dave Beckham. So we buy a Hawaiian shirt and we just button it up.
And we go get a burrito.
Yeah, we buy shirts that don't hug our love handles.
Yeah. And then we get all frustrated. We're like, I can't believe I put on some weight. And the next thing you know, I'm so upset, I should just eat something.
Where's my ice cream?
Oh, ice cream sounds good.
Ooh, chocolate and ice cream. Yeah,
So-
that too, yes.
It is, yeah. So that's what, that's what these things are. It's weird because it catches the attention of men. And at the same time, girls go, oh, those look like cool jeans, right? Did you see these, this? And then people talk about it. American Eagle, whoever did that, brilliant. And they probably thought this will be a good ad, but it's not going to cause contra. Like if it was Lucy Liu, smoking hot. I've always had a little crush on Lucy. If it was her, I'd have been nice. Halle Berry, oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I mean, if it would have been, you pick any of the gorgeous, Jennifer Lopez. Or do you think anybody's going to be going, oh, well, from my point of view, that's not very nice. No. And I'm sure they'll do 20 other ones that'll have all kinds of different colors in it. But this is the one that's working for them. So you know what? You stick with it. You dance with who brung ya. Look at that. See the way I did that, guys? Look, I threw that dance with who brung ya right there. Somebody asked why some days we just talk nonsense. We do. Because I look at the show like it's three dudes, good friends, hanging out, having a conversation. Because that's what it is.
Well, let's get to tariffs.
Yeah, we tried, but I just, so much of that stuff that everybody talks about, it's like, the tariffs affect you? When they affect you, you will notice. But the rest of it's a lot of headline making with no substance behind it as far as, but you remember jeans. You remember, like we're talking fan club. We got a bunch of people text in and tell us why the fan club, because it was interesting. Because all of us have been there. And the presidential fitness thing is back. Wasn't it if you got a certain thing, like if you passed all of it, didn't you get a letter from the president? Isn't that what it, with an auto pen?
I don't know. I never got one.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I should have asked somebody. It's also the same thing when you became an Eagle Scout. I never became an Eagle Scout.
I didn't either. I think I lasted... Looks like I lasted a couple of months in Cub Scouts, and then all the parents started fighting with each other, and our den disbanded.
Because nothing says fun like politics at Cub Scouts. So the girls have brownies, and then they have Girl Scouts. We had what? Cub Scouts? Then you become...
Cub Scouts, then Boy Scout, then Eagle Scout.
Wasn't it a Weeblo? Weren't you supposed to...
Weeblo. Yeah. It was a Weeblo, then a Cub Scout.
Yeah. By the way, you better watch out for the Weeblo thing, because that's how they got in trouble. But listen,
I'm leaving.
Yeah, so then you became an Eagle Scout. That took a while. Did you ever know anybody became an Eagle Scout?
You know what? I can't recall. I'm sure I do.
A couple of people in my church back when I was a kid, there was a couple of guys that were Eagle Scouts.
Yeah, that's...
Did they ever come to church in their uniforms and pass the offering plate?
Now that you say that, I have an image in my head of one of them in their uniform, but I'm not sure if it was at church or not.
Yeah. There used to be a big deal to pass the offering plate.
Really?
Around.
Well, yeah, because they had to be able to trust you. And who you got to trust?
You got to trust an Eagle Scout.
Right?
You can't trust a deacon.
No. You can't trust a guy like Ken who's already been told he's going to hell. Coming up, hour number 3 of the program. We promise It'll be hour number 3. It's Jet Benson Show, Super Talk 997.
Two o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories, and we're under a heat advisory, Middle Tennessee. Better than an extreme heat warning like the past 2 days, but nonetheless, it's hot. And the National Weather Service says the heat index right now is 101 degrees in Nashville. The real temperature, 96. Full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Right now in Tennessee, police have identified a suspect in a quadruple murder and the abandonment of an infant in West Tennessee. 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond is considered to be armed and dangerous, driving a damaged 2016 Audi A3 with Tennessee license plate R01896. Drummond is white, 5'10", 190 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, and a goatee. Anyone who sees him, you're asked not to approach. Just call 911. Meanwhile, residents where the murders happened and the child abandonment, that's in Dyer and Lake counties, they're on edge.
To know that murderers come down through here, I mean, yeah, it's scary. Who could have done that? Who could have left a baby at it somewhere with strangers outside in this heat? I mean, who would do that?
Authorities have identified the 4 bodies as the parents, grandmother, and uncle of the 7-month-old baby discovered in a stranger's yard in a car seat. This was 40 miles away from where the bodies were discovered. Police have not said how they were killed. Well, the state Supreme Court has paved the way for the lethal injection execution of Byron Black. The high court overturned a lower court's ruling to say Black's heart device does not have to be deactivated before execution. The lower court argued deactivating the device could lead to a painful, prolonged death, but the high court says that is not for the courts to decide. Black is scheduled to die by lethal injection on Tuesday for the 1988 shooting deaths of his girlfriend, 29-year-old Angela Clay, and her 2 daughters, 9-year-old Latoya and 6-year-old Lakeisha. Also in Nashville, Channel 4 says drivers are on edge after carjackings in the Green Hills area.
I won't be coming at night at all. Won't be going anywhere in Green Hills at night. What if they had really assaulted him or killed him, for that matter? They're very scary, and they're very easily can do it at 2 o'clock in the morning. I would never go out past 9 o'clock in Green Hills.
Well, police say they've arrested 2 teenagers. They're looking for 3 more. They say a group of teenagers armed with rifles went around carjacking people early Tuesday morning. They tried to get cars at a Taco Bell and a downtown Nashville office building, too. No reports of any damage or injuries after an earthquake struck mid-morning in Southern California, registered as a 4.4 magnitude.
It was felt widely over areas of Southern California, centered east of L.A. Some close to the epicenter described it as a jolt. Others not so close said it was more like a rolling sensation. There are no reports of any damage or injuries. There have been several smaller aftershocks as well.
That's Alex Stone and the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
A lot of people texting. I'm finding out a lot about the rankings in the Boy Scouts, Cub Scouts, Weeblo, that kind of stuff.
So Weeblo is the first, right?
Yeah. So the way it rolls, because I was Weeblo is before Boy Scout. So I think you go Cub Scout, Weeblo,
Cub
then
Scout,
Boy Scout.
Weeblo, Boy Scout, Eagle Scout, Scoutmaster, Prisoner.
Registered sex offender. Moved to a place in Florida.
Oh.
Then they've got like somebody said that they were a Boy Scout and then they became, is there something else? There's another thing that's beyond a Boy Scout that you can become.
Really?
Like a Ranger or something? I don't know.
Ranger.
Man, I have to be honest with you. It was some of the worst times of my life. Boy Scouts was awful.
Yeah.
It was just horrible. It was stupid. My mom made me go.
Well, you got to wear,
it was stupid.
uniform.
Oh, boy.
Uniforms are not my friend.
Yeah. You want a patch? No, I don't. I don't.
I just want cookies and Kool-Aid.
Yeah, what am I, a third?
Can you do a backward somersault? I don't want to do a backward somersault.
You want to come shoot a bow and arrow? No, just tell me how to avoid quicksand. They never taught you that, did they?
How do I avoid quicksand and the slee stacks?
The slee stacks. Those guys were the worst. Remember Chaka?
Yeah, Chaka.
He was great. That guy was great. Rangers are the part of the YMCA. Okay.
Really?
Jerry is very upset with you because her son is an Eagle, or their son's an Eagle Scout, and they take offense to it, Bell. That was Bell. Yeah,
that was Bell, not me.
No, that one was Bell. He said the one that I made the joke afterwards, but still, just being registered, he made the first crack. So that was you, Bell. You got to live with that one.
I will. I'll live with it very easily.
I don't know if you can, man. I'm just letting you guys know. It's what's really interesting about. So my son was in Boy Scouts because his mom worked for the Boy Scouts. It was interesting.
She worked for the Boy Scouts of America organization.
Yeah, she worked for the organization. She worked, so in Southern California, they have like an organization that's seaworthy. Like, so they go out and sail and stuff. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. The L. Ron Hubbard had one of those too. Just letting you guys know about that.
Really?
Yeah, if you want to see that, there's a documentary out there about that. Let's just say it was kind of odd. Don't worry, he's coming back with the thing. So I took him to a bunch of, part of the thing was he was going to be a Boy Scout, and he was okay. But one thing I noticed is that when I was talking to a lot of the parents is so many of the kids, they're first generation or second generation Americans. The mom and dads or the grandma and grandpas had come here from other places, and they look at Boy Scouts as kind of like it's very Americana. And they want their kids to do something very Americana. And I thought that was kind of cool. Man, I went one year. We had to go to like the convention. I'll bring in pictures. Man, some of those guys, those kids, they got so many of the things on their sash. Look like a third world dictator.
Oh, yeah, all the badges and everything.
Yeah, I couldn't. Did you even get a badge? Like you showed up. That should be the badge you got.
Like I said, man, I mean, I think there were a couple of meetings. We had a really large den, and I don't know, something happened with the parents, and it just stopped happening. I'll have to ask my mom about that. She might remember that. I remember my son. I had my son in Cub Scouts, and it was a lot of fun.
I enjoyed it. Making the cars. That was always fun.
Yeah, the cars.
We did the soapbox thing.
Mm-hmm.
Those things were kind of cool. But then there was other things. I was like, I used to tell them, don't you want to be a samurai? We should have samurai scouts.
The campouts were fun. Campouts were fun with all the kids. Kids would run around all night long. It was a lot of fun.
Because I did. You know what? I never went on a campout. Man, we had the worst. My mom's best friend was our scout leader, my mom and her. When she ran it was everything by the book, the most boring. It was 2 hours of hell. When my mother ran it, it was chaos, and we're just all hanging out, having fun. We didn't have to wear our stupid uniforms because my mother really didn't have a grip on things. I know that now. But then my mom put me in when I told her I didn't want to, and I had to go over to this guy's house, and it was the worst experience. It was so awful. And I just and I just walked away. My mom came looking for me. I was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And it's really kind of sad that, the Scouts aren't as much of a thing. And that's why, but obviously there were issues. We joke about it, but as Bell put it, look, there was a lot of stuff, and they protected the badge, kind of like the church did.
Well, and then too, don't mix Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. Just keep them separate. Keep them separate. Yeah. Have Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts.
There might be some Boy Scouts out there that would argue with you.
Well, once they turn Eagle Scouts, yeah.
Yeah. No, none of those are.
But I mean, I just what?
Yeah.
Never mind.
I don't know why. Yeah,
when you pay out $2.46
billion with a B,
you're
in trouble.
There is a reason you're doing that.
Yeah, the problem is it was declining. They didn't modernize themselves, which is, I think they're trying, and I know they're doing some of that stuff, but. Man, they should have had video games and they should have coding and AI and stuff. They should have moved in a direction that was and is, and I'm sure they are probably now. Again, Jack doesn't do it. He just rides bikes all day. That's a bike life, Dad. But Charlie, we asked Charlie if she wanted to be a Girl Scout.
Brownie?
She wasn't into it.
Not into it, huh?
No. I'm like, no. She's like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, okay.
You should have said, well, you're doing it anyway.
Yeah, no. Remember, if you don't want, here's the thing. There's no reason to ruin my weekends for something you don't want to do so I can prove you a lesson. Now, if you start something and you want to do it and then you want to quit, well, that's a different story.
Right.
But if you don't want to do it from jump and I don't want to waste my time, me putting you into it is stupid.
Yeah.
It is, and but they're good for you. They are, but you've got to be modern, and they struggle, man. That's the problem. Like, people look at it as a nerdy thing. They don't look at it like you're learning, the kind of life skills I think that they should be teaching nowadays. And that just, it was and that's why they're hurting too. They don't have any. When you go and look at how many people are registering, you go look at old pictures back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and they'd have these massive get-togethers of all the Boy Scouts that come together from across the country, be massive, and now it's virtually nothing. You got to keep up with the times. You do.
It's sad, man. I mean, because I'm serious. My son really enjoyed Cub Scouts, and if nothing else, not necessarily the projects, but just getting together with a bunch of kids that he didn't necessarily go to school with. He had his friends at school, but then he had his friends in Cub Scouts too.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting. When you look at the world we live in today, how everything's online. You would think we would be trying to move kids towards those things. But also, when I was a kid, there was a time you played sports, right? Basketball season, football season, whatever you were playing. Nowadays, these kids I got a pitching coach, or, I've got 6 hours of this, and I got training. I got to eat right. I can't do this. And that was the other part is, I played soccer so much. That was the other reason I didn't do Boy Scouts, thank God. Is because soccer took up so much of my time at that. And I think that now these kids have their life planned out for them.
And it's their whole life.
It's their whole lives, everything. And that's so weird.
We'll be getting back to arranged marriages pretty soon.
Well, we need to at this point.
I couldn't wait for baseball practice to be over so I could go play with my friends in the neighborhood, get out in the woods, and just
just have fun.
Just do whatever.
Do whatever.
I liked playing Little League baseball, but I didn't like practice.
No, nobody likes practice. Nobody likes. What did you like? How old were you
for Little League baseball?
Yeah.
Basically, I did Little League from 3rd grade up until 8th grade.
Yeah, I did. I played baseball for 2 seasons. I'm like, this is stupid. But the whole thought about you going out and playing with your friends, like we don't even allow that anymore. And nowadays, are you a free range kid? You wonder why kids are having trouble.
Yeah.
That's that gentle parenting and that wackadoo stuff.
Yeah.
That, it's, and again, authoritative parenting is you got to, as we were talking with Chris earlier, doing the crossover, when's too young to get a phone, when's too, you've got to let your kids grow into stuff, but not all kids are the same.
Just got to, like you guys said, it's on an individual basis, but you've got to teach them because this is the world we live in.
Yeah. Yeah. And you've got to monitor, you got to know what's going on in your kid's life.
Yeah.
And you don't parent all the kids the same, and we know that. I mean, remember, the first kid you have, you're parenting way different than the fourth. The fourth kid is shooting off, fireworks and shotguns in the house. The first kid couldn't leave the room without mom and dad.
Fortunately, I don't know, man. My parents gave me so much freedom. I am so thankful for my upbringing.
The first kid, you've got their crib right there beside the bed in your room. The fourth kid's in another apartment altogether.
So, I was a handful. I got kicked out of schools and stuff.
I don't see that at all, brother.
I was. Maybe one day, if you guys are lucky, I'll tell you about how I got kicked out of the Baptist school. It was arguably one of the greatest things. Anytime my mom needs somebody new. Like if she came here today and the microphone would open up, she goes, "Did you tell them how you got kicked out of the Baptist school?" Did you tell them that? I'm like, no, Mom, I haven't told you how I got kicked out of the Baptist school. We weren't close, the Baptist and I. But I look at America today and I look at all of the stuff that's going on and the kids aren't connected and we don't let them be kids and we've got this gentle parenting and now they're trying this authoritative. You let kids be kids and you're not going to parent the same way with every kid. Jack, my son, he's got a little bit more empathy. He's a little bit more of a feeling kid. I mean, he's a tough kid, but we don't butt heads. Charlie and I, with her red hair, she's a bull and I'm a bull.
Yeah.
And she will look at me and I will look at her and she's not afraid to, let's get it on.
Yeah.
And Jack was never that way. So you got to parent him different.
Yeah. My daughter was very willful. She was she was willful early on. And, we went through those teenage issues before she was a teenager. And, and
she was 11 teen.
I'd give my life for her. But my son was just so chill.
Yeah.
He's just chill.
Like with Jack, I'm not if he and Lily, same thing with Lily, they want to go do stuff. We let him run around. Even at night, we'd let him go downtown. And during the 4th of July, they were out till like 11 or 12. They're only 15, but they're fine because my other little brother was there. And
when we were at King's Landing?
Yeah.
When they were in town, you let them go to the mall by themselves. They could have been kidnapped.
Yeah, but they weren't. So that's what
but they weren't.
So that's a win. But where I have that kind of, that's why I trust you. Where there's other kids out there, like Charlie, again, I trust Charlie with that kind of stuff, but there are just some things that you just cannot. And if you give an inch to her, she will crush your soul. She will. She will absolutely crush your soul. Coming up, you know what? We are going to talk about stuff. Maybe we'll talk a little bit Israel.
Tariffs.
Got to talk tariffs. I can't stop talking about them. At home, that's all I talk about. My wife's like, you got to shut up about it.
Redistricting in Texas.
Big deal, that is, right there. We could talk a little bit about that. And by the way, for those of you guys who don't know, I do another show where the show is very serious sometimes. But we do talk about
sometimes.
It. Not always. It's the Chad Benz Show, Super Talk 99.7. Oh, Rough Greens, ruffgreens.com/Chad. Vitamins, minerals, probiotics, omega-369, all this incredible stuff packed into an amazing supplement. And you give it to your dog on a daily basis. It is a one and done. It's not a shot. It's not paste. It's powder. And they're going to love the taste. Think about it. It's a supplement, but it's kind of like having that nice, just a little bit of that seasoning salt on it kind of thing. And they love the taste. And it's going to help them in so many ways. Now, I want you to try a Jumpstart trial bag of this. It's a $20 value. You get it for free. And here's the thing. We have energy drinks or coffees in the morning, whatever it is to fuel our body. This does this with live nutrients, and your dog's going to love it. And the benefits are so many. So if you're like me and you love your animals, give your dogs this once a day. Don't even change their food. It's called Rough Greens. Ruffgreens.com/Chad. RUFFgreens.com/Chad.
All right, drivers, Rivergate got a crash reported by police 65 northbound right before Vietnam Veterans Boulevard. And a suspect identified in connection to the quadruple murder and infant abandonment in West Tennessee. These stories and more at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
That lady's all, who leaves the baby outside? I don't know. The person who killed 4 people probably wasn't thinking I should take the kid.
Yeah.
Need to find a hot car to leave it in.
Yeah, this is
it's a weird story.
It's gonna be, they're going to find this guy.
Yeah.
They're
Like they
gonna
found
find
that
him.
guy that killed those hikers.
Dude, that is a terrible story.
I never got what happened with that hiker thing.
This couple and their 2 young daughters had just moved to Arkansas 2 weeks prior for teaching jobs.
Yeah.
And they were hiking in a place called Devil's Den, which is northwest Arkansas. It's beautiful.
All 4 of them?
All 4 of them.
Okay.
The daughters watched their parents get murdered. And they arrested a suspect. I believe they arrested him yesterday.
Yeah.
And he, too, is a teacher.
Yeah, he's a
apparently.
teacher.
Is there a motive for him doing it?
They haven't said.
No, and that's what I was like. My first thought is they arrested him like at a convenience store or something.
Yeah, he was at a barber shop.
Or what? Yeah, because it was like they showed the CCTV, and I'm thinking, that guy killed because he just looks like a little wiry guy.
Yeah.
But again, why? What's the motive?
Right.
did you know them? Is there a love triangle, or you start
when you hear that they were all three teachers, it kind of makes you think there was a connection there somewhere.
But then at the same time, they just moved there. So did he follow them, or was he
just there laying in wait? Waiting to kill somebody? Anybody?
Yeah.
How old were the daughters? Do you remember?
7 and 9, I believe.
They survived, right?
Yeah, they weren't harmed.
That is awful. People are wackadoos, and this person killed 4. How far away was it from?
You're talking about another. This one in Tennessee.
Yeah,
yeah. The 4 bodies. So they found the abandoned infant. And then 4 bodies were discovered after they found the infant. The bodies were found 40 miles away in a neighboring county.
Man.
And they've identified the 4 bodies as the mother and father, a grandmother, and an uncle of the infant.
That's just awful. Absolutely.
And they think there was just one killer involved?
Well, they've only identified one suspect.
Okay.
So, and they said that the stabbings in the Devil's Ridge or whatever it is, it seems to be just random.
Devil's Den, yeah.
Devil's Den. Like, random. Like, what goes into somebody's mind is where you're like, you're going to go where? You're going to go to the woods and attack random people and kill them for what reason?
Yeah. His arrest photo, man, he doesn't look like he's
all there.
He's well.
These are the kind of crimes that back in the 70s and 80s you would hear about once a decade.
Yeah.
And they'd scare the daylights
Absolutely.
out.
Like who was the guy in Atlanta that was convicted of killing all those young boys?
I remember those.
Oh, was it Ray, John Ray?
I got to look at that.
But that story was so shocking at the time. And now you seem to hear about these stories like once every 3 months.
Yeah. And not everybody's sure that he did it. Like all of them. They think maybe he killed some. But yeah, that was a big deal. 30. Yeah, Wayne Williams.
Yeah, Wayne Williams.
That guy
I remember that. I remember that on the news.
The news, because it was because it happened over like a 2-year period.
Yes.
So it was almost like one a month.
Yes.
Which was shocking. And same thing, but like with Richard Ramirez too, kind of thing, because it happened in such a short period of time, and it was such high profile. But
in terms of profiles, serial killers don't usually kill that often. They will kill and go quiet and kill and go quiet.
Yeah,
and he was just out
just
there
over and over and over. And then the question was, did he kill a few of them? But did he know the real murderer? And did he copycat and talk about stuff?
29 African-American children. 29.
Yeah.
And he was a black man himself.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Which is another anomaly for serial
killers.
They
don't, yes, yeah.
And it was easier back then to be a serial killer, too. I mean, you didn't have cameras everywhere.
And you didn't have DNA.
No DNA.
I mean, how are they catching all these serial killers now? Because somebody's great niece wants to get a DNA test and they trace it back to a murderer.
Yeah.
Crazy. Coming up. We have a little crossover coming up in a little while. I did see them out there talking. They were talking about Israel. All of them were over there talking about that. I'm like, I'm staying out of that because I already get yelled at.
They weren't talking about tariffs?
Yeah, no. That's just you and I. That's all we do here. It's the Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
.2:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Under a heat advisory, all of Middle Tennessee. And right now, the National Weather Service says the heat index is 101 degrees. Actual temperature is 96. Got the full forecast in 5 minutes. Right now in Tennessee, a suspect has been identified in connection with the murders of 4 people in Lake County and the abandonment of an infant in Dyer County. This is in West Tennessee. Authorities looking for 28-year-old Austin Robert Drummond, described as a white man, 5'10", 190 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, got a goatee, believed to be driving a damaged 2016 Audi A3 with Tennessee license plate R01896. Authorities consider Drummond to be armed and dangerous. They advise anyone who sees him not to approach, just call 911. Here in Nashville, another step forward for the Music City Loop Tunnel project linking downtown with the airport. The State Building Commission today approved the lease for a lot downtown, which Elon Musk's The Boring Company will use as a staging area for construction. More than a dozen people spoke at today's meeting ahead of the vote, including Democratic state lawmakers who are opposed to the project. Nashville Democratic Mayor Freddie O'Connell, he's not a fan, but Governor Lee tells WTN's Matt Murphy he has had conversations with the mayor he describes as productive.
He has said that there are questions to be answered, and he and I talked about that. I said, we want the questions, and the Boring Company wants those questions. They'll answer those questions, and I think what will happen is people will see that this really is a great thing for our city, and there's not much to question about how effective and how efficient and how it could help in many ways and how it can help all of us.
The project planned to be entirely privately funded. Construction anticipated to begin in the fall and a potential operational start for next fall. That's the latest news. Weather's next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
I'll talk to you about friends over at Beacon Capital. Let me tell you something right now. I want to talk to you about what's going on. You know that one big, beautiful bill? Well, guess what? As it goes into effect, it has some powerful new deductions that you should know about. Now, you can temporarily deduct up to $10,000 in car loan interest, but only if the vehicle was assembled in the U.S., along with other restrictions. And if you don't itemize, there's a new above-the-line charitable deduction, $1,000 for individuals, $2,000 for couples, just to name a few. These aren't one-size-fits-all, and they can help you with it. They want to be your one-stop shop when it comes to all things Beacon does, when it comes to your investments, your health care, taxes, things of that nature. Let Beacon Capital Management show you how to take advantage of these changes, and they're going to do it for free. A free personalized consultant talk to you, and all you got to do is call 615-488-9303. That's 615-488-9303, or visit beaconcm.com. This is a paid placement. I'll go, Bill. Thanks a lot. Raycon.
Yeah, Raycon's here.
Raycon, best earbuds around. I love my Raycons. They are amazing. The fit, the feel, the comfort's incredible. The sound quality, second to none. So the E25s, these are the classic ones. So these are the originals that they came out with when they first started with just one thing, and it was these. But they've upgraded them now to catch up to today's technology. Their sound quality is still second to none. The fit is incredible. And the fit matters because if it's comfortable, you wear them a lot like I do, it is great to have something that doesn't hurt your ears. And these things deliver time and time again. Active noise cancellation, 8 hours talk time, 32 hours of battery life, fast charging, all of the modern things in a classic fit and style. 20% off right now. They start well under $100. And this is what I love about these things. You're going to get 20% off, but they give you a 30-day happiness guarantee. If you're not happy, they send it back. You say, hey, I wasn't happy. I didn't like it. Give your money back. But you're going to love these things, and they're going to ship them to you for free. Go to buyraycon.com/Chad now to save 20%. That's buyraycon.com/Chad. Buyraycon.com/Chad. It's Thursday. We talk tariffs.
With the president of Mexico, which the president says was constructive, means that it would stay status quo for the next several months while negotiations continue. But it's still a high tariff, 25% on those goods not covered by the U.S.-Mexico-Canada Free Trade Agreement, and still that 50% tariff on steel and aluminum imports. But the conversations will continue. The president's still pushing Mexico to do more on the border.
Oh, sorry. I get so excited for tariffs sometimes I yawn. There you go.
Man, you shouldn't be making fun of this. If we end up putting tariffs on Mexico, you know what my tequila is going to cost me?
A lot. You're going to have to start making it your own again.
It's like, what am I going to do for guacamole?
Oh, that's right. Do you remember the word of the Super Bowl? Chuck Schumer's all, and next week's the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Nobody's going to have guacamole, and it's all Trump's fault. He's such an idiot. Oh my Lord!
Oh man,
who are you people? You ever just because I've met a lot of politicians, and I don't have politicians on the show. We tried to have Birch on a couple weeks ago, and he totally ghosted us. Right, so that was it. If you're running for re-election, I like you, Tim, but you're not coming on. And we've been Afton on because she'll come in. Right? We had Sapecki?
Scott Sapecki.
Yeah, that guy.
He's House Education Subcommittee chair.
Yeah, he is. He's very excited about cell phones and whatnot. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, Scott's actually
he's a very nice guy.
He's a very nice guy, and he's very focused on his job.
All about education.
Yeah, he really does care about that, and he does his best, I think, to represent his constituents in the way that they would want him to.
Which is what it's all about. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So, and the tariffs, all of these things, take them with a grain of salt because tomorrow tariffs are supposed to be in, and they may go in, they may not. Then it could be next Tuesday, and then it's tomorrow, and then it's 6 months from now, but then Trump announces on a Wednesday, screw it, we're putting them on now. You don't know until it actually affects you. And some of these things will, if fully put in place, because not everything is signed, sealed, and delivered. A lot of it is headlines and no details outside of what the headline is. Because then, you go out, you make the announcement, everybody's like, yay, we agreed on something, and then you let the muckety-mucks work on it, if you will. The muckety-mucks. By the way, that Wayne Williams guy, the Atlanta child murderer, he was a radio guy.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Was he a jock?
I think he was a reporter.
Oh.
No, he was I think he was a reporter, if I'm right. I think that's what he was. I was like, oh, God, that guy killed. It's just, they closed every case except for, no, it looks like they closed 1, 2, 3 of the cases have not been resolved. 3 of them.
The Williams?
Yep.
Wow.
And
so that just means they haven't found enough evidence to tie him to them.
Yeah. Well, they suspect. Well, yeah. One of them is asphyxiation. They've got the body. One, they don't have the body. You can't. It's hard to convict somebody of murder without the body. Without because how do you know that person's dead?
Did he get the death penalty or
No, he got 2 life terms with the possibility of parole.
But he died in prison, didn't he?
No, he's still alive.
Is he?
Really?
Yeah. And they've done several shows about him and whether or not he committed all of these murders, because not all of the families thought he did. So they've reopened investigations in a lot of different things. There was also reports that there was some white supremacists, some KKK people that had done some stuff. But I don't know. You know, they think he did some, but did he do them all?
So he was only sentenced for the murders of 2 adult men.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They closed the other case because there's no reason to try him because he's going to jail.
Right.
But and you know, if you think about this, it's Atlanta. It's the late 70s, early 80s or whatever it was. You've got, you know, kind of like with the Son of Sam, it's the world's looking at you and you're holding press conferences for another body found in the river or somewhere, and everybody's breathing down your throat, and then you get somebody, you kind of want to close it to make the pressure on you to make it look like you've solved it.
Well, and I guess the child murder stopped.
And because everybody, he's attributed to child murders, but you go and look, a lot of them were late teens into their 20s.
Yeah.
So, but it was a horrible situation. It was just I remember as a kid, like, that's one of the few things that I remember, like, news stories, like, then.
I remember that. I remember the plane crash in the Potomac.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the guy jumping in.
Yeah, the guy jumping in, saving that woman. I remember that. The gas lines. Do you guys remember the gas lines?
Oh, God, yeah. I remember that. I remember the Iran hostage crisis.
Yes.
I remember that. And it was, you know, you remember some stuff so vividly. Elvis dying, I remembered.
Yeah.
I remembered. I was like, because I was with my great grandmother, and I kind of knew who Elvis was, but I didn't really know who Elvis was. So it's not like Puff the Magic Dragon died. I didn't remember that. I would have. So, but you remember some of those things, and I remember distinctively about this because it was such top of mind.
It was terrifying.
Yeah, because it was terrible. It was terrible. And I think you're right. I mean, how many serial killers how would you even try to do it today with all of the technology and cameras?
Yeah, they do. What, the Gilgo Beach killer? He actually carried his out before the advent of cameras everywhere.
Yeah, therein lies the problem, is a lot of these people that they're catching now.
They're linking them with DNA.
They're linking them with DNA, but they did their murders for many, 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 many moons ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be weird too. Like some of the, like they caught that guy, like a guy in California who had killed a whole bunch of people, and it was a DNA test.
Oh, and he was like, oh.
And he's just a regular dude at this point. He hadn't killed anybody in 40 years.
Yeah.
He's just a regular guy. How do you live with that?
I don't know, man.
You know? It's like, I remember, one of the stories I remember as a kid was the guy they thought was Ivan the Terrible. Do you remember him? And he was a retired auto worker. And they thought he ran Treblinka and killed all these Jews and did all of these things. And I remember, and I was thinking, God, if that's true, though, how do you live with yourself just going to work every day as if it's no big deal?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like the BTK killer.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, everybody just thought he was a family man.
Yeah. It's so weird. And then I remember the kid that got kidnapped that made Walsh so big. Was it Adam?
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, Adam Walsh.
Adam
and they found
Walsh.
his head in a canal.
That was terrible.
Yeah, that was so terrible.
I remember watching the Bundy trial on TV.
Yeah. Do you remember I remember when he escaped. Do you remember when he attacked those girls in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was, and I was in England for the whole, they had a serial killer and that guy was crazy. It just, the whole, like, they dug up his house and he had bodies everywhere and he had done it for years.
John Wayne Gacy.
Well, John Wayne Gacy was another one of those. Gacy was, I remember that too.
Gacy was framed, man. A clown wouldn't do that.
Clown would never do that. Never do that. So it was just the whole, there's some things that stick with you when it comes to news stories. You know, it's like, I'm sure all of us remember where we were on 9/11. And if you're old enough, where you were when the shuttle blew up, the first one, where you were when,
the Columbia came apart.
I was at Disneyland. I remember that. But
were you seriously?
Yes, I was. I'm like, oh, well, yuck. And then, but I remember when if you're old enough, you remember, obviously, Kennedy. I remember watching Reagan get shot, which was just weird.
I remember I was in the 7th grade. I was in English class, and the principal came over the intercom, announced the president has been shot, and some of the kids in the class cheered, and boy, the teacher did not like that.
Whoa.
She shut that down in a hurry.
Why would they cheer?
I guess they heard their parents, and they didn't like Ronald Reagan.
They're in Democrat household.
Or did they think it was the president of the school who was not letting them have all the free popsicles they dreamed of? You promised me popsicles, and this tariff are crushing my soul. So, yeah, I remember going into my mom because I was sick, and I said, I stayed home twice when I was a kid when I was really sick. One was when, the space shuttle blew up. And God, how tough would that have been? I remember kids telling me, because they were watching it.
Yeah, I watched it.
I had
school.
I was in college and I was in my dorm room when it happened. I watched it happen, and this is going to sound terrible, but I remember talking to my roommate and before the launch, and I'm like, man, wouldn't it be crazy if that thing just blew up on the pad?
Wow. So you did it.
No, I didn't do it. It didn't blow up on the pad, but to watch that thing go off into space and then, blow up in the sky.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't mean it, God. I wasn't requesting anything.
I just remember Christy McAuliffe and all of that stuff. And I remember them walking and
smiling.
And imagine what her class was going through.
Yeah.
Hey, we're starting to get complaints on the text line that we're not talking about tariffs.
Yeah, shut up, Jason. I thought I tune in here for tariffs. Well, don't worry. Matt's going to have a lot of tariff talk. He told me it's all tariff all day.
Yeah, it's going to be about 4 hours worth of
4 hours of tariffs. Maybe some boring of the boring company. Because now that they've got, what do they have, a staging place?
Yeah, they've been approved for a staging place, a lot downtown to stage all the construction materials they're going to need. And by God, Democrats don't like it. They do not like it.
Is that going to be where the ending point of the tunnel is?
I don't know.
Oh.
Well, man, I don't know. Get somebody on the line. We need to find this out immediately. This is big news. Really? I don't know. Well, maybe. It could be.
It'll be big news when they start digging
You know what?
the tunnel.
Once they go into the thing, like the movie The Core, then it is. Have you guys ever seen it? He has this little spinny thing, and they all drive in it, and it's unobtainium. Hillary Swank, I see you. Oh, the crossover, right? The welcome mat. It's happening next.
Mat.
With our man, Matt Murphy. It is the Chad Benson Show. Friday Eve. Little Friday. Friday light. I didn't do that. He did. By the way, he's also pissed off a few people with horrible sex jokes about the Boy Scouts.
So I find it curious that Bel K comes at you and tells you this cute little story about how he got bullied for lunch money at school.
He did?
But he did not have any lunch money at school because he was saving his money to join the ABBA fan club.
Correct.
To which I say, as I'm driving in my automobile on the way to work, and he wonders why he was bullied at school?
I don't think he came out of the closet. You didn't come out of the...
I think it's kind of... I think you're kind of asking for it.
Did anybody know that you were an ABBA fan?
I mean, some people, like the friends I had that were into music with me, like there was one guy who was a friend of mine that he was like my concert buddy. We would go to all the concerts together, and he knew.
Did you have any friends in school at that time that were fans of good music?
Well, that's not very nice. ABBA's phenomenal. You can't sell that many albums and not be liked.
I try not to make matters of taste matters of fact.
I heard that on your promo.
That's a good saying, Brother
I have
Murphy.
said that for a long time. And you know what? To each their own. And for you ABBA lovers in the world, congratulations.
Yeah, they're doing okay.
More ABBA for you because I'm not going to be there with you.
No, you're not.
I suppose that's a bigger portion for you.
You liked my Dan Mandis Conway Twitty response, though, didn't you?
That was good. Did you see Dan Mandis in his Conway Twitty hair?
No, he's got Conway Twitty. That's
So we were
awesome.
talking yesterday, and I thought it was a point of common knowledge that Conway Twitty wore a toupee. And
People
apparently
didn't
that's
realize
not.
No.
But yes, Conway Twitty wore a toupee. And I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
That thing should have come with a chin strap.
Man, that was a heck of a toupee.
I mean, it was it was something. But no, that's a toupee. That's a toupe.
Yeah. I don't think it was toupee his entire life, but it was definitely toupeed towards the end. Maybe even got some of those hair things, those hair plugs.
And yeah, so if you want, my favorite joke involves Conway Twitty. I mean, it's the old preacher joke. But the preacher that moves into town, he looks exactly like Conway Twitty. And he's going around town asking people to come join the church Sunday morning. And he goes to knocks on the door, a little old lady comes to the door. And she goes, oh my goodness, it's Conway Twitty. Oh, right here on my front porch. She goes, no, ma'am, I'm not Conway Twitty. I'm just a new preacher in town. I'm inviting you to come on down to the Baptist church. And then he goes to the next house, and it's a good old boy in overalls, and he comes to the door. Well, Lord have mercy, I can't believe it. It's Conway Twitty as I live. No, sir, I'm just a new reverend in town, and I'm just asking you to come down to the Baptist church. And he gets to another house, and he knocks on the door, and this gorgeous, just smoking hot Sydney Sweeney type chick with nothing but a towel comes to the door. And she goes, well, as I live and breathe, it's Conway Twitty. And he says, hello, darling.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's my Conway Twitty.
See the way that works, kids?
Anyway, so what'd you guys talk about today?
Oh, nothing.
Tariffs.
No, that's it. Tariff talk first.
Tariff talk.
Tariffs in Israel. That was it.
Titillating tariff talk.
Titillating tariff talk.
On Super Talk 99.7.
Followed by Israel, followed by more tariff talk. Yeah, we didn't talk about it.
I'm going to try to talk, for those that are tired of listening to it, I'm going to try to talk less about the tunnel today. I'll try to abate my excitement. I'm still excited about it. I still think it's great. I think it's everything that we want in a self-serving society. It's a free market solution to an issue that people think that is a problem. Is it the total solution? Of course it's not the total solution. Will it work? It's not my money. I don't know.
Yeah. No.
The people spending the money better make sure it works.
I didn't have a chance to hear yesterday. What the structural engineer guy say?
He said that you'll have trouble. You'll have trouble keeping water out because limestone allows water to leach. But then he said, but I went on their website and it looks like they've solved that.
We'll find out.
And I was
Did
like,
he
well,
say
okay.
how?
Well, I mean, the tunnels are waterproof.
Yeah, they're good at they don't just drill a hole and then just put a road and nothing else.
Good luck.
I've seen video of tunnels being
They've
built.
got the whole thing surrounded. It's kind of like a pipe.
He was kind of curious about, and I didn't have any answers, and nor did he. He was curious about how they did ventilation.
Yeah.
I said you've got to have ventilation shafts, and you're obviously going to have some sort of easement or right of way for ventilation shafts. But
Well, I'm
he's
sure
curious
it
about
works
that.
because they've done it elsewhere, and I haven't heard a lot of people dying in these places.
Yeah.
Like we built this tunnel, and everybody goes in there dies.
For me, the biggest thing, and I know I've probably talked about it more than anybody, but I mean, for me, it's exciting, it's futuristic, but the most confusing aspect of this, it seems to me, for the listener, is well, wait a minute, they're just going to let Teslas drive down there? Well, yeah, but not yours. And none of your vehicles are going to be able to go into this tunnel.
Yeah.
The tunnel is only going to serve tunnel-based vehicles that are all going to be Teslas because the guy that owns the company that bores the hole also owns a company called Tesla.
I don't know why they don't just make it like a thing where they have a whole bunch where you just hop on it and just go right on down.
I thought that too. It's like, why don't they just make it like literally a tram?
That would be great.
I mean, and just, you hop on and then it slows down to a crawl and you can jump off.
There you go. I love
Yeah, I'd
that.
be
That's a
fine with
better idea. We're going to do that. Hey, guess who's up? We've just done the welcome, Matt, and Matt is here, and he's going to talk about serious stuff. He almost promises we didn't do it, and we won't do it again tomorrow.
Yikes.
Yes. Hey, happy Friday light, guys.
Mm-mm-mm.